Oh, well, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what time it is. It is your AFN.
There you go. There you go.
You know it's the time. It is your AFN Friday Night Madness. And today, you know who you got here. You got your boy. I'm just K Styles. 6 man. To my stage left, you already know who this is. It's Mr. Mad Mike Sports. The man
Yes, sir.
scientist. What's going on, man? How we doing?
Hey, man. Hey, I'm good, man. Hey, man. How y'all like the background? Man, K Styles, we got a little bit of upgrade.
Yeah, we try to we try to upgrade a little bit, man. We try to let these folks know that we try to do some things here.
Yes, sir. We'll do a little something. We can do a little something, man.
So I want everybody that's watching, if you like these type of backgrounds, we might switch them up every now and then. You give them the thumbs up. And like I said, if you don't like them, you give them the thumbs down. But before we start, you know how we do the shout outs. Before we start the shout outs, before we start the show.
You can't do that.
I want everybody to give a happy birthday to Miss Maggie T.
And
Mrs. K Styles herself.
Yes, sir.
Sunshine. So
hey, I know y'all can throw a little something. Y'all got $5, $10, $20. It don't matter, man. To AFN for Miss Maggie and her twin sister, Mrs. K Style. All right, so show us some love, man. Show us some birthday love to Atlanta Falcons Nation.
Y'all look at the banner at the bottom. Like I said, you go ahead and donate to the Cash App. Like you said, just to show them some appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, she's in the chat, so y'all can definitely give her a happy birthday right there in the chat.
Yes,
I'm not the singing type, so we're not singing shit around here.
I know I can't say one for shit.
Exactly. I can do K Styles, but that's about it. But you know, let's go. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and give some of the shout outs, man. Because I know a lot of people been sitting here waiting on us. You know, we had to do a little technical difficulties with these backgrounds, so we're trying to make sure this shit works. Hey, your shit look better than mine. My shit look staticky as fuck.
Hey, man. Also, we still playing around with this.
Hey, we still playing around with this thing, man. Eventually, we get this stuff better. So let's go ahead and shout out the people that's tuning in right now. We got the Nation in the building. Joseph Thornton, Harrison the Bunny 2. I haven't seen that name in a while. Isaac Crimes. Hey, that Dynamite is in the building. Byron Jackson, Asia Green. That's the princess of the AFN. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all know best behavior. She's one of the moderators. Just as long we got Michael Walker in this building here. We got Atlanta Nation in the building. Jason Nails, Cartier Walker. We got Alice, Jason Nails, Feisty Falcon fan, GA Red Clay, Smitty Sports Machine. Shouts out to this, but appreciate you tuning in, man. Y'all make sure if y'all haven't subscribed to Smitty Sports Machine, y'all go ahead and give him a subscribe. Show him some love over there. Willie Price, Christopher Ballou, YMOF Jamal, Iron Mike, Shantae Thompson, Clay Melton. Hey, we got a $5 super chat for the birthday twins. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, motherfuckers, y'all.
Hey, you had to throw that one in there.
I had to throw that in there, bro, because I'm 2 years away from being their age, so.
Hey, man.
We got Ghost Peppers in here, Dreddy in the building. Let's go ahead and get started on this thing, man. Hey, Mike, what you got in store for him? What you want? How you want to start this Friday Madness off right?
Hey man, that's kind of a difficult situation.
You want to go ahead and just start it off with the obvious,
Yeah, let's start off with the obvious.
start off with the obvious a little bit here.
Yeah,
So it's still going on, y'all.
still going. You thought we was done.
We thought we was done with this. We thought we was gonna be done this week. Apparently, we ain't done yet.
Mm-mm.
Why we ain't done yet? Let me tell y'all the honest truth about why this trade thing ain't happening yet. Ain't nobody willing to spend no money on him.
Mm-hmm.
What it is people thought that he was going to he thought that just on his name alone that people was going to be willing to line up for his ass. But the problem is it's not that they don't want the player, they don't want to deal with the money. Mm-hmm. And you got teams getting out and teams telling the Falcons like, bro, y'all got to come down on the price. We don't want to pay all that guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
Which got me to thinking, maybe that's the reason why they was asking him to take that restructure deal, that moving that money around to help lessen the blow of teams not wanting to get him. Because at the end of the day, he wanted out anyway. Maybe that restructure they asked for him was going to be like, okay, yeah, we're going to restructure this. This will make this easier for you to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that this is kind of like a pride move or a pride chess move that he tried to make that backfired? Or is this one of those things where the teams want him that badly, but they don't want to pay the money and the price to have him on the roster? Not on his reputation, but just the money aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get
I think that's what it comes down to, the money aspect. Like that's why we keep saying like the Falcons aren't able to make certain moves just based on finances. Like this is not the NBA where you can, like buy players out, give them the money, and then the salary cap for the most part is non-existent. I wouldn't say non-existent in the NBA, but there's a way you can get around it. Like you can buy players out and and still have money as far as like and turn around and sign another guy. Like you can do that in the NBA, but like the NFL is not like that. Like it's bound by a salary cap. So like Julio, like I think this is one of those things that I talked about is like greed taking a huge part of it. Like you want your money, but you don't want to give back to the team, and you don't want to give back to the team in any type of ways. Like you want your cake and eat it too. If I were him, if I was smart, I would have restructured my deal to accommodate. Like you did not want to be here, so you got your money. The Falcons, you knew the Falcons salary cap issues. If you were smart, you would have done so. If you didn't want to be here, you would have done so. Not cooperating with the organization does not help you in any type of way. Now they're forced to pretty much keep you around and try to salvage the relationship that you couldn't. Like you did this. All you had to do was either be patient or you had to, not go on damn, undisputed and pretty much run your mouth. You did this to yourself. Now you got your teammates and the fans looking at you. You don't know how the reaction is going to be when he come out week one or see him on the sidelines during the preseason. You don't know what the reaction is going to be, but he did that to himself.
All right, let's get into a couple of comments right here, see what these people think on this. YMOF Jamal, he going to get the first comment of the day. He says probably going to be until training camp unless they come to an agreement behind the scenes and keep him, but we will see in some weeks. See, the only issue with that is because of how the situation went around, it's going to be kind of toxic to keep him. Like I said in one of the shows before, if it comes down to a point where no team is willing to part ways with their salary cap to get him, he's going to come back with the hey big head tax. Mm-hmm. Y'all know what that hey big head tax is? That's that text from that old flame you used to have that ain't got none in a while and is missing. So you get that hey big head text. That's what that's about. That's almost a lush exchange type of thing, but we had to use that same analogy, but it worked. But hey, that's the only
time that people do that. Only time that people can make that.
Exactly.
You can turn the phrase. K-Star can turn any phrase, what?
Hey, that's why. Look, that's why K-Styles, motherfucker. Hey, I'm weird like that. I come up with type of scenarios for everything. But let me go ahead and cut that phone off before Anime come in here and start talking shit. I don't have to clap like that's on camera.
You know, goddamn what? Turn that.
We got Boss. Let's see. Boss Quali said if Julio stays, I guarantee there'll be a playoff caliber team. Like I said, there'll definitely be a playoff team. But the thing is, are the players in the locker room going to be willing to deal with him, especially after how everything has played out? Because like we said before, the undisputed thing, like I said, if that's one of those cases where you had pillow talking between a player and a mentor that he looked up to that just ended up being on air. So the players in the locker room are going to be looking at him and thinking, has he been talking shit about me? Has he been talking shit about like everybody else in here? So it's that uncomfort feeling of you got a guy in here that really doesn't want to be here, but who has been pillow talking behind your back. And you know it. That's the key word. You know he been pillow talking behind your back. Appreciate the comment. Like I said, Michael Walker said 66 guaranteed for a wide receiver. That's 32. Sheesh. I bet he at minicamp. I don't think he's going to be at minicamp. I don't think they'll allow him at minicamp. If nobody takes
minicamp, like if they can't come to some sort of agreement, some sort of agreement, I don't think he'd be at minicamp. But if it continues where they can't come up with an agreement with the team, I am hearing that teams are willing to show the most of the salary, but they're not willing to give up a lot of picks for it. Like that's the thing. Falcons can get people to take the salary, but a lot of teams ain't really willing to give up more than a mid-round pick for them, and that's third round picks. Maybe you can get a later second, but that's to a better team. But outside of that, like teams aren't really willing to give up anything. And it may change going into camp. A lot of teams, they'd be excited about a lot of young players, and then they get the young players on the team, and it's like, he ain't as good as I thought he was. And then maybe you might trade for Julio, but as of right now, you haven't seen a lot of these players and how they mix with their teammates. Something may change, but right now, it don't look like the Falcons are going to get anything significant, a first or second round pick for Julio.
Like I said, the only thing you're going to get from Julio Jones right now is a Chick-fil-A coupon for Sunday afternoons on February 29th. That's the only thing you're going to get for him. And for the people in the back that don't understand what that means is they not finna get shit for him.
And layman term, you ain't getting shit, bro.
You ain't getting nothing. Like you said, you better get if the best deal that you have is a third round pick, damn it, you better do it. Because like you said, hold on, I'm trying to get the word right. That kind of uncertainty to have in the locker room is detrimental, especially for a team that's trying to rebuild a culture. But
gonna have to talk to every one of the leaders there. He has to. He got to talk to Calvin. He had to talk to Hayden. He got to talk to Matt. He got to talk to Grady, Debo. Like he got to talk to the leaders there.
All right.
Like he got to apologize. It's like, man, I was just frustrated. I'm tired of losing like that. Like I apologize, man. I promise you. It ain't no hard feelings. I'm just like, look, man, I just want to win. Like he got to come with that type. He can't come in there with no bullshit. Like he got to lay it down on the lines. Like I promise you, it won't be no issue. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm gonna just do this and do that. I apologize. Like he has to mend that relationship. Is it impossible? Hell no. These guys have been in war, with each other for the last him and Matt Ryan been together for the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So there's no, I don't think there's anything that says it's impossible. Like shit, I done had plenty of fights with homeboys and family members. We done said some crazy stuff to each other and, mend the relationship. So I don't believe it's impossible. I just think he can't bullshit around and, try to act like nothing happened. That's the biggest thing. Don't try to pretend like nothing happened. Because you did, and now you're looking at the media coming out and said Julio said Matt Ryan lost a little zing on his deep ball. I mean, I don't know if I believe him saying that. I just don't believe Julio would say use a word like that. But like
that's a Mel Kiper term.
Yeah, that's a Mel Kiper thing. Like I don't believe Julio said no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He may have said Matt Ryan doesn't, throw the ball like he used to, which he doesn't, but it's not so far gone where it's just like, no, I can't play with Matt Ryan because his arm is far more superior than a Drew Brees and a Tom Brady at this stage in their career. His arm is far more superior.
Right. Let me get some more of these comments here. Cartier Walker said Julio should know no receiver lasts forever in the NFL, aka not for long. He's just not humble. Run the damn ball. Yeah, he spelled it right. Ball. He spelled it right. B-A-W-L. Run the damn ball.
Run the damn ball.
Exactly. We got Smitty Sports Machine says keeping him will destroy the locker room. They need the money, so I think they'll cut him. See, the only issue with cutting him is you're not going to get nothing. Like I said, you're only going to save about $2 million just cutting him. But the problem is that salary cap, that dead cap number is going to look really bad, especially if you're only saving $2 million if you cut him. So you have to trade him right now. You have to. Cutting them ain't gonna do no good for us. Let's see what else we got here. Hold on, I just had it right here. We got Shantae Thompson said he will be there either. He's too cocky right now, and I feel like they staff probably feel betrayed and didn't expect him to do what he did. Hell, everyone didn't expect this. Shaking my head. Nobody did. Because the thing about it is, there's nothing wrong. It's nothing, like I said, if you wanted out of Atlanta, there's nothing wrong with that. Like you said, nobody expected this because everybody expected him to he being like the anti-diva receiver because outside of Larry Fitzgerald, who else is really kind of like the anti-diva receiver? So Julio was fitting that mold. But it's not what he said to Shannon Sharp. It was how he said it, which kind of rubbed the people the wrong way. Like I said, you could say I'm out of here or I'm out of there, but it was a cocky, like she said, it was a cockiness behind it when he said it that kind of hurt a lot of people. So, like I said, and I said this before, it opened Pandora's box, and I don't think Shannon Sharp, I don't think Julio and his camp realized how much damage that actually did to the value of what they want to trade.
And that's why you gotta do. That's why we said, like, a lot of people over here, y'all feelings about this business. Like, yeah, that's a term, but that's a loose term. That's loose. Right. That's a loose term. That's up for interpretation. Because some people do bad business and they make a lot of money, and some people do good business and they make a lot of money. But the thing with the bad business is you make so many enemies. And you see Mr. 45 is a perfect example of that. Yeah, he made a lot of money, but he made so many enemies. People want him gone. And I'm talking about not just gone, but gone from the face of the earth type bad business. Like that's the stuff. There's a couple. Is it right there? I always say every action has a reaction and a consequence.
Right.
What do you want?
Right. So I want you to get your take on this comment right here. YMO F. Jamal came with another one. He said, I saw the other day Deion Jones said the players haven't heard nothing about the Julio 1 out thing, saying the locker room not worried about nothing. They just dialed into work.
Well, he's lying when it comes down him having heard. He's lying. Just that's bullshit. But I do believe he just dialed into work. But like, come on, stop lying. Stop lying to yourself.
Everybody,
got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got ears. Trust me, y'all niggas know when. My bad, damn. Y'all know,
bro. You already said it.
Hey man,
y'all niggas know how we do around here.
Yeah.
We talk shit.
Hey man, he do. Come on, bro. Like, word on the street get around fast. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. Everybody know word around the street get around real fast. It only take the right person for everybody to know everything. And that man, like saying a statement like that, come on, he know he lying. He just, I believe when he say they dial into work and they not concerned. Man, we sorry, all right?
We just turned this thing all ghetto, just by saying that right now. But hit this other comment right here. Chuck Ford said, I think he's just frustrated on losing seasons. Correction. He might have been frustrated on losing seasons, but that's what we've said before is when you had a chance to leave, you should have left. When you had them 2 years left on the deal you had before, that was your opportunity to leave. Because remember, we went 2 years in a row not making the playoffs. If you felt like it was losing season, that was his opportunity to leave. The problem was he thought about the pockets first before the losing.
Man. Mm-hmm.
And the issue was that this team lost in so many different fashions. Like, bro, we lost 8 games by 6 points or less last year. We lost 8 different ways that we didn't think was fucking possible. Let's be honest. We lost the game scoring a touchdown. How the hell does that happen? We lost the game
scoring touchdown.
We lost the game looking at the ball on an onside kick. We lost the game on a dropped interception.
Mm-hmm.
We lost the game with Matt Ryan throwing 3 interceptions. Like, we lost in so many different facts. That's 3 years worth of bloopers that just happened in one season.
Mm-hmm.
And here goes Sean Jones with his Matt Ryan shit talking about his arm weaker than the Dollar Tree alkaline battery. Boy, get your ass up out of here with that shit. If you want an arm weaker than a Dollar Tree alkaline battery, you go look at what's his name? Go look at Chad Pennington's highlights.
I know you was thinking
see what a weak arm looks like. But that's Sean Jones. We know what he do every time. He always in here talking shit, so we can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Dr. J said there's another reason why Julio's leaving. Idiot fans hating on Matt Ryan, who is one of the consistent players on this team. That's an interesting comment. That's an interesting comment.
I think that if Julio really doing that, like, he dumber than I thought he was. Like, you gonna leave because people talking about your quarterback? Think about what that. You're leaving because people are talking about your quarterback.
Right. We'll be like, T.O., that's my quarterback. Ain't no way in hell.
I'm sorry, that's hard to believe. I will say this, that Julio may have just tired of fan base. I don't think he's leaving because of Matt Ryan. I think he's leaving because of the fan base just ain't worth shit. Like just like a lot of fans, like we got a lot of like I say fake in the sense of the word fanatics. A fan is somebody who loves their team by all means, and they're never going to trade. They'll never trade or jump on another bandwagon. Like you are a true fanatic. Your passion for your team is through the roof. Mm-hmm. There ain't nothing to get that. So by the sense of the word fanatic, I say it's not a lot of real fanatics out here. You may think you're a fan just because you like watching a team or like watching the person on the team doesn't necessarily mean that you're a fan. The true definition of a fan. And that's the problem. I think a lot of people don't know the true definition of a fan, and they like, okay, guess what? I'm a fan. So when people pull their card, it's like you don't do this and you don't do that. You're not a real fan. The real fans don't turn on the quarterback because he didn't quote unquote win the Super Bowl himself, or he didn't score 50 points instead of 40 points in the game. Like, come on, we got Falcons fans out there like here. Matt Ryan should have scored more points. Like, motherfucker, did you not see the Dallas game? He scored plenty of points, and they gave up that. 2012, 17-0 lead. That's more than sufficient. Going into a second half, 28-3, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They scored 27 points in a quarter, not even a whole quarter and a half. Just say a quarter. 27 points in a quarter, and you talking about Matt Ryan. Like, that's the stuff that we talking about. So it's like real fans, hold everybody accountable. Like that right there for this new regime and for a lot of fans, accountability is the key word now. I think that's the focus of all the fans. Like Matt Ryan is going to be accountable. Julio going to be accountable. The coaching staff, Arthur Blank, everybody got to be accountable because we haven't had that.
Right. And the disclaimer is, if you do not fall into that category of that fair weather fan, that comment was not about you. So we just should put that disclaimer out because you got some true Falcon fans out there. They're just overshadowed by the ones that really are not fans. They are seekers of the moment people. That's what I call them, seekers of the moment. But we got Tony right here. He says, as I stated a week ago, the organization will try to trade him. I wish Julio will. If he's traded, still my favorite player. I will still root for him, just not against the Falcons. And the thing is, people still love Julio to this day. That's why people are hurt. People still love Julio.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you cannot love Julio for what he did. You cannot love his skill set.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the issue is the situation getting out to what it did. It makes you look at him at a different light as far as the diva side. So, like I said, ain't nobody rooting against Julio. I wish him the best. If he feel like he can win somewhere else, hey, you go ahead and chase the ring. You do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, now you have to worry about your image as far as your teammates. That's where the real issue comes.
Because that word get around. Like word get around. You go into a new team. Julio did the same thing to the Falcons. Will he be talking behind our damn back? Because obviously, like if he want out and he doing stuff like this, what is he really doing behind the scenes? Can I trust what he's saying? That's the biggest thing when you're trying to develop young talent. Can you trust Julio? Can you trust what he's saying from a player standpoint? He's teaching you to always be ready and be a good teammate, and then you up here, You plotting to go to hell, go to another damn team. You plotting to do this. Can I trust what you saying? Or what you saying to me is bullshit. So that's a lot. That's why we talking about accountability.
Yeah.
And
I
loyalty and trust.
I know somebody personally. Like one of the customers in my job. Like you said, we found out they drafted Kyle Pitts. He said he was done with the Falcons because they still had Matt Ryan. I told his ass personally, I said, if I catch you wearing a Falcon jersey, anything Falcons up here, I'm finna roast the shit out you in front of everybody. I'm gonna snatch that shit off your damn back. I'm sorry. I mean, you can't, like I said, if we're able, see, only reason I'm saying like this because, like most people know, I'm a Georgia Tech fan, and I've had plenty of people ask me why I haven't jumped on the Georgia bandwagon because, motherfucker, I'm not finna do that. Like I said, that's my team, and through hell and high water, that's who I'm gonna ride with. But Cartier Walker came in here. He said, some people out here not real fans. I say the same thing about my fake Tampa fans. That's just like Tom Brady. I've been riding since 1995. So he was right around the war. He was right around when they really started building that defense and the identity of that team. So, yeah, he was a fan back then when they had the Sherbert jerseys.
Woo-hoo, boy.
He had them Sherbert jerseys, boy. That's a real Tampa fan. That's a real Tampa fan right there. If they was wearing the orange Sherbert jerseys back when they were bad and you were still a fan, hey, props up to you because most motherfuckers ain't even going down that route. Robbie White here said, I remember seeing those same Falcon folks around my way hop on Carolina's bandwagon flying flags and shit when they went to.
Oh, boy, I remember that. Oh, yeah. Especially when 15, when Cam went off. Man, people all around Atlanta had Carolina shit on. I remember that.
Right. Smitty said, fair weather fans get on my nerves, ride or die, jump your ass off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell? If you don't believe in the team, if you don't want to, I'm tired of the organization. I'm gonna take I'm gonna be a Carolina fan. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay. Well, get your ass on. Bye. Adios.
Oh yeah, just like the couple guys on Twitter that like to tag me and Mike and shit, talking about how they gonna jump off the bandwagon shit. Like, motherfucker, you don't have to announce it. Just do it.
No,
just do it. No, we're not finna cry for you to stay. That's just like we say with Julio. We're not finna cry for him to stay. I'm not begging no grown ass man to stay somewhere. You want to go, you go. And Nathan here said, okay, fake fans give up before the season start. Yes. Instead of looking at this new regime as a new start, you ready to give up on it because this is not Kansas City team. This is not a Tampa Bay team. This is not Green Bay. Like I said, you expect immediate results as far as we need to go to the Super Bowl every year for 6 straight years. Like, dude, that is impossible.
People have gotten used to crap like seeing, the Warriors won, seeing LeBron run as far as like the finals is concerned. It's like the Bulls, the Lakers, like that shit don't happen a lot. Like you see it, like even with the Spurs are not the same team anymore. Those runs don't last. You seeing LeBron era coming to an end right before your eyes. That shit don't last long.
Right. You got, like I said, you gotta appreciate what it because, like I said, you don't want to be one of those fans that then gave up on a team, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you gave up on the team, then the team succeeds, and now it's like, God damn it, I'm with this team now. It's like, bruh, nah, stay your ass over there. We don't need, like I said, you don't need that energy. You really don't need. I seen a comment somebody here was saying they was following the Falcons. They say if you hold on, if I could find it, it was basically saying that if you was able to deal with Byron Leftwich, Joey Harrington, and Chris Redmond that 1 year, and then before that you could deal with Doug Johnson and Kirk Kidner, oh, you a fan.
Ooh, trust Lord.
Me. Oh, them years was terrible. Yeah, like Ghost People says, what's the point of making a public announcement for attention? Just get the fuck out. Because these people, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this is a realization. Most people that do that are people that ain't got no friends or no women. I'm telling you what it is they want people to comment on their stuff so they can say, oh, I got friends. Oh, they care about what I think. Like, dude, just go. Y'all seen that draft show? That one guy came in here talking about 4-12. Like, they go to Chicago, whatever. Don't announce it to me. Like I said, I don't care. And that's the problem is when people don't care what you think. See, the people that feel like people that don't care about what they think, they get into this panic, social media junkie, scared bitch mode. That's what they get into. I don't like saying it like that, but it's about as real as I can say it. Now, Julio, enjoy my world. Nope, he ain't left yet.
He ain't left yet. That's the reason why we still talking about it.
Exactly. Unfortunately, we still going through the same damn saga. And speaking of that saga, what'd you feel about Arthur Smith and what he said about the and how he felt about this? Like, personally, I feel like he's like, bro, just hurry up and get this shit done so I can focus on my team.
I didn't get that feeling like hear him speaking. I didn't hear that. I don't give a fuck no more. Like before, I felt like a bad energy when it came down to talking about Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. I don't. I didn't get that look. I mean, I didn't get that look consistently. All right, I'll say that. I didn't get that look consistently. When you get that look consistently, then we know that dude, like he pissed off. So now, I think what I saw from his person, I saw a guy that was a little bit more optimistic that possibly they can make something happen, like salvage the relationship. And this is something that I said during on Twitter, and I did on Joy and Smitty show. I said this also. So like this possibly is one of those situations where as bad as it looks, Julio may not have a choice, but Julio and the Falcons may not have a choice but to come back and try to salvage this relationship because let's face it, you 32, dog. Ain't nobody gonna want to pay you, and nobody want to give up a second round in the first or second round for you. Teams are ready to give you, like, if you can give me 3 third-round picks or something like that, maybe I'll think about it. But it's like I don't think teams are willing to give up a first and second round pick even for Julio at this age. So it's like I like as far as Arthur Smith, I just think the energy that I took away from it. I want to know what you think. Like, what do you take if you saw the press? Was like, I didn't feel like there was like a definite I'm getting rid of Julio. I was like, we'll just see what happens. Like, we'll see what happens in minicamp, like that type of thing. When you say things like that, that leads me to believe that they are actually communicating with him.
But Yeah, before I get to that, I'm gonna get Don Keefe and get her a shout out here. She's Bill's Mafia here. Yeah, you like I said, like we said.
Whoa, thank you for tuning in.
Like I said, we definitely welcome fans of any team in here. Like I said, this is a Falcon channel, but we welcome every fan base of every team. Because at the end of the day, we're talking football regardless. So she said she is torn between wanting Ertz and those who want Julio. If y'all get Julio, y'all better give up one of them damn defensive players. I'm telling you now. You don't want to do defensive players. We need that because I got a bone to pick with the Bills because they literally picked me and Mike's favorite players out the draft in the same damn draft. How the hell you get Gregory Rousseau and Boogie Basham in the same draft? That was Mike's favorite player in the draft, and Boogie was my favorite player in the draft, and y'all got both of them.
Right.
How the fuck that happened? But hey, like I said, hey, you're welcome. Like I said, we ain't got no issues with it. I saw another comment in here. I done got messed up. I done got messed up because I saw Bills and I was just thinking about that dreaded draft night. Like, golly. Right. If y'all make sure if y'all see that a couple of them, well, it was day 1 and day 2, so you have to go through 2 different damn videos. So never mind on that. But yeah, like I said, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up and share this video with your people that might not follow the channel. Like I said, you can follow Mad Mike Sports, Just K Styles.
Oh, we got a Niner fan in there, Lord Megatron.
Oh, Lord Megatron. Megatron said, bang, bang, Niner gang, we want Julio. Hey, y'all can have them. Y'all can have them. Like I said, you can give us some In-N-Out burgers. Give us some sexy third-round pick. We don't need no players. Just give us some In-N-Out burger coupons and some draft picks. But make sure that look. I'm gonna add, but I'm gonna just say, are you willing to take on his contract and willing to take his guarantee monies? That's the key factor. You got to take his key, and that's why everything is holding up because nobody wants to take the guaranteed money. Yeah. Let's see. Oh Lord, yeah, this is a problem that I have right here, and this I have to get to these fake ass rapper sports fans in Atlanta. So it was mighty funny how Bow Wow was such a real Falcon fan in late 2016 and on the Super Bowl, but he wasn't around early in the season or after 2006. Where he and the others go to because they wanted to ride the train. Go and ride the train and ride it. Ooh. That's all they were playing in their head. Go and ride the train and ride it. Ooh. All they were doing was looking for photo ops. That's all they cared about was the photo ops.
Oh, that's all. Everybody came out then, man. Everybody was down there.
We had the Brad out there, Jermaine Dupri,
T.I. never show up, but that damn Welcome to Atlanta shit. That's the only. I'm so damn proud of that damn song. Out of all the anthems that we got here in Atlanta, you choose the Welcome to Atlanta by him.
Exactly. Man, get your goof ass on out of here, bro. We don't care about that shit. I love the song, but damn it, bro, you ain't repped Atlanta. You never really repped Atlanta sports teams like that, so we don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
Really, the only entertainers that we know that really rep the Falcons like that is really Ludacris, Big Boy, Chris Tucker. That's really about it. Everybody else is like, nah, y'all get your asses on somewhere. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, speaking on the Arthur Smith thing, I kind of it did sound like some optimism, but I think it was more so optimism as far as how he feels like how this team has been performing in training camp. And it's more so like he's willing to leave the door open for him to come back, to open that up. But at the same time, he's being more satisfied with the guys he got in. Because at the end of the day,
I got that.
With the stunt Julio pulled, he's no longer going to be a captain on this team because in order to have that captain badge, you have to be somebody that the coaches trust in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Julio's not going to be trusted in the locker room. So he could lose. Like, even if he comes back, that captain badge is gone off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I feel. That's why the vibe I get from Arthur Smith, like he's willing to bring him back. But personally, I can't bring back somebody that literally just told the rest of his teammates, man, fuck out of here. I'm out of there.
I'm gone, man. I'm gone. I'm out of that, man. Come on.
So Tony Rice said, hold on. Chris Dunlap said, lost all trust. How we know if he's putting in 100%? And that's what I'm talking about. You're not going to know what he really. Let's see. Still much love for the Falcons. We appreciate your players. Remember, Kyle was out. Oh, we know. Trust me. I'm about to say, when y'all lost the Super Bowl, it kind of brought back flashbacks on our Super Bowl too. So we kind of know. We kind of know.
That's exactly how we feel.
So we caught some flashbacks on that too. So hey, y'all do y'all thing. Like I said, I'm gonna ask Lord Megatron. So how do you feel about gambling your future on Trey Lance? I want to know how you feel for
honest opinion. What's how not just only yours, but like the general consensus as far as the the fan base is concerned. Like, what do they really think about it?
Right. Because I know that was kind of a huge gamble. I don't believe y'all should have traded up that high to do it. But that was just one of those cases where do you feel like that you have confidence that it will get the way y'all need to in the next couple of years, or is it just one of those that we just shooting for the stars hoping we hit something? But we got a $5 super chat. $5 from Daniel Bell. He said, Coach Arthur Smith said he's talked to Julio and all the players. Matt might be right. Go look at the press conference. Yeah. He's talked to all the players. Cause he hold on. Let me put I'm about to say, does this look like a face of a guy that looks like he got something to hide? Well, that expression, he looked like he got something to hide, but he don't
look like a serial killer. All right. That motherfucker was crazy. Exactly. Navy SEAL, that's what it is. Got that Navy SEAL, that's what the hell. That dude is Army Ranger. That dude ready, boy.
Oh shit! Hey, look! I got a shout out for the background. He said, "I like that background of Jason Snell."
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man. Only reason I put Jason Snelling back there because he was one of the reputation guys for the catchphrase for the Atlanta Falcons in 2021, and that is "Run the damn ball."
Ball.
Ball. BAWL. Ball. Right. And then, like I said, plus also, my aunt used to be a president for the Epilepsy Foundation. Yeah, he was one of the main athletes that represented the Epilepsy Foundation. So he gets a double shout out on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he suffers from it. He suffered from it even when he was playing.
Right. And that ain't no joke neither. And that's kind of what hurt Justin Fields in the draft. I know he didn't fall that far, but that was the story they was putting out with Justin Fields, that he was admitting that he had epilepsy conditions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's still hell of a quarterback, but sometimes that red flag as far as neurological issues can scare teams away.
Yeah, you just don't know what, because again, you talking about the brain, like that's the most sensitive part of just your existence, to be honest. It's like you just never know when it can be, it could go left, and especially with a guy that played quarterback and you're always constantly getting hit, like that could possibly be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, man, like again, We saw Jason Snell, he's a running back. All they do is get hit. That's not, like I said, we're not saying that's going to be the case for him. We just like teams, when you invest in $100 million in quarterbacks these days, are you sure you want to take that chance? So that's what we talk about. Like, it's the money aspect of things. Because if you pay for a quarterback to pay, 5 years with $100 million, and something happens to him, like you just lost, 60, about $50 million plus because he retired early. So it's like you don't want to have to do that from right. I mean, you're saying it right now. The Falcons invested $60 million in Julio Jones, and he decided he just wanted to quit. So it's like that's essentially what we're saying. It's like, do you want to take that chance if the player just either wakes up one day having too many complications from his epilepsy, and he just decided to quit, but you invested $100 million, and quarterbacks these days, they getting $500 million contracts. So picture if he signs a contract with the Bears, he goes on to be on the throw for 3,000-4,000 yards this year as a rookie quarterback, and then something happens with his epilepsy and it triggers something, and now he's like forced to retire. You done invested all this money into this player, and now he gone. Like, that's how the Falcons are right now. They invested all this money into Julio, $60 million, and all of a sudden he's gone. Right. That's gonna hurt.
Right. Hold on. Brian, people said my new slogan for us as well is 60 minutes of football. I'm glad you said that, because I haven't put this up in a while. 60 minutes of fucking football.
Right.
Y'all forgot I had that up there too.
That was our slogan last year, because we could never. That was our
slogan. We wanted 60 minutes, not 55 minutes, not 40 minutes, not 59 minutes and 30 seconds. 60 minutes. But let's go. We got a $5 super chat. BitSurge 559 said if Julio does come back, the team is going to get him to look like the movie Mighty Ducks where Adam Bates entered. Oh, God. Oh, that was my movie. I love that movie. The third one sucked, but the first two was good. Boy, that motherfucker came back in that locker room. Everybody looking at him like, son of a bitch, you came back. So we know you ain't gonna leave this time.
Right.
Hell no. Hey, like I said, I love Mighty Ducks. I love that franchise though. I love.
Oh yeah. I got that Disney Plus, so I'm definitely a fan of it.
Exactly. Yeah, the nation said the different slogan. Rise up is so old. Let's leave. Rise up died. When Aaron Donald
have a slogan, so like at this point, we just gotta keep rise up, because brotherhood, that shit been played out.
Exactly.
So rise up ain't going nowhere. Like, that's the only thing we got to say was rise up. We can't say nothing else. What we gonna say?
How you gonna rise up from somewhere you ain't even been up from? Can't say brotherhood, because after Aaron Donald yoked up Devontae Freeman, both of them catchphrases died. Well, now technically, because Devontae Freeman literally did rise up. He got rose up from Thanos.
That man like had the death stroke. What's that? That's damn. Who was it? It was a comic book. I think it's Superman, where he had him like hang. Had the Superman.
Yeah,
like it. I think I forget who it was.
Exactly. That motherfucker had the great Khali double choke slam on his ass.
Yeah, that was like this, boy. Like.
Oh man. Tony Wright said, I like our young linebacking core. Dante Fowler, Michael Walker, Fourier, Dion, plus Martavis Mingo, Errol Thompson, Kobe Jones. Hey, you forgot Brandon Copeland in that too. Mm-hmm. Got Copeland in there too, man.
Michael Walker, got a bunch of guys, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it's competition, and that's where we, and that actually leads to the next topic we're gonna talk about too. I know it's kind of been an hour. Quadri Olesen gets majority snaps at running back in OTAs now.
That right there makes me smile, boy. Oh,
everybody like this. Yeah.
Photo op.
Exactly. But like I said, since Mike Davis, we call him Brinks truck. He didn't show up for OTAs, so they allowed Quadre to go ahead and get some snaps with the first team, and everybody's happy because damn it, finally. But what was the hashtag? About damn time. Like I said, let him get a chance to get some snaps. Let him get a chance to practice. And like I said, show what he can be made of. Because I believe that he was one of our best running backs we had the last couple of years, but he just never got the opportunity because of Farmer Fran bitch ass. Talk about he doesn't know passing concepts and whatever reason. Hell, Farmer Fran didn't even know his own damn passing concepts.
I mean, all he knew was damn hook routes and deep passes. That's
it. Go routes, hook routes with fullbacks lined up in the X slot and shit. Draw plays and dives. That's all he knew. He had 4 plays. He literally had the Joe Montana football playbook. Well, that was more complicated than his damn playbook.
It really was. His stuff, not a lot of crosses. Just like it was the same stuff. All receivers running the same routes in the same area. Like it was a mess, man. And like I said, that's why I was like, I don't know how Matt Ryan even passed for 4,000 in their offense.
I'm surprised he didn't get murdered out there. Be honest with you, that shit was so predictable.
Which brings me to Instagram. Somebody on Instagram. I believe it was Fred. Hold on, I'm gonna pick. But it goes to say, as far as like Matt Ryan is concerned, six TDs and made him the only quarterback to have at least 6 scores through the air versus pressure in each season since 2016. So every year, Matt Ryan, when under pressure, he is the best quarterback when it comes down to throwing touchdowns when they're under pressure. And that's consistently every single year. Put that under perspective. When your quarterback is constantly under pressure, he's like one of the only quarterbacks in the NFL since 2016 that gets every single year 6 touchdowns plus when it comes down to throwing touchdowns under pressure. That's the key. Under pressure. He's the best. Respect the man. Period. And that's without a running game. No running game. None whatsoever.
Yeah. Don't remind me of the non-running game, bro. Don't remind me of that. Lord have mercy. Bruh, I couldn't believe what I saw. Like I said, I understand Todd Gurley wasn't the guy that he used to be and stuff like that, but come on, you got to do better than that. You had to. Bruh, Todd Gurley caught 21 passes last year. Or the 27, it wasn't even 30. What the hell is you doing?
Come on, you ain't even throwing it 30 times. Come on, bro. Like that's sad.
I know what his playbook remind me of. I'm gonna ask the people in the chat. Do you remember the Tiger handheld games you used to get at the store, right? Remember
Oh
Bo
my
Jackson
God.
football?
Oh my God.
Remember Bo Jackson football?
Oh my God.
That was the Dirt Cutter playbook. Hold on, you keep talking, Mike. I'm finna find a picture of that.
I just see this question. Why do Falcons fans come to Panthers podcast and always be so mad for? Any thoughts? What exactly are they mad about? Like, most of the Falcons fans are just always mad because they don't have a running quarterback. So they always complaining about quarterbacks. I don't know why they running to y'all damn Panthers, because y'all ain't never had a quarterback. So I don't know why they running to y'all podcast. Cam Newton ain't never been no quarterback. So I guess I don't know. Maybe they run to y'all so they can, dream about Michael Vick. I think that's the best thing I can get out of it.
Oh, I say my thing is those. See, this is what we're talking about. Those are the Falcon fans that we are ashamed of because, for one thing, they like to air their They air their grievances out, like Mike said, because they hate the quarterback we have so much.
Yeah.
It's sad. Like I said, this is why like the AJCs and the other sports medias down here in Atlanta don't really take this team seriously because it's fans like that. See, like I said, that doesn't represent all Atlanta Falcon fans. Like, those are what we call the obsessors. Those are the Matt Ryan obsessors. That's what we did name it. We don't call them haters, Matt Ryan haters no more. We call them Matt Ryan obsessors because they are more obsessed with hating on Matt Ryan than they are of the team's success.
Mm-hmm. They just want Matt Ryan gone at all costs. So they
exactly.
If they don't get any energy on Falcons podcast, they run to your podcast. So that's probably one of the main reasons why they do it. And like I said, man, like Cam Newton ain't never been a quarterback, so the best thing that I can come up with is Cam Newton is a lot like Michael Vick. Just got a strong arm and he can run well. Like that's the best thing I can do. So they love Carolina, and a lot of I'm sure that you know this, being a Carolina fan. A lot of Atlanta Falcons fans were on y'all bandwagon when y'all went to the Super Bowl in 15, 16, mm-hmm. the 15-16 season. So like a lot of Falcons fans were all over. Like they was all over Cam Newton. People I knew that were Falcons fans were buying Carolina Panthers jerseys, and I saw this myself. Yes, sir.
I found the Dirt Cutter playbook. You remember what I was talking about? I found the new Dirt Cutter. This is what Dirt Cutter was calling his plays on last year. I want to know if y'all remember this. This is what he was calling his plays on. Mike, look. That what he was calling.
Oh my God, boy, we have some beautiful days, bro.
That's
what side to side.
Lord hell, yeah. That is what Dirt Cutter was calling his plays on. He didn't have a play sheet. He had that.
Ooh, boy.
Farmer Friend didn't know a goddamn hook route for anything. He just what's the buttons on there? Pass, player, kick, score.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. That brought back so many bad memories of worn out batteries and shit.
Stealing the batteries out of the remote.
Exactly. Getting your ass whooped. Hey, guess what, people? We got a guest tonight. I bet y'all didn't think this was gonna come. We're gonna call him the voice of the voiceless, the affiliate of AFN. If y'all don't know by now, VF Baller.
Man, y'all crazy, man. What's going on, man? How y'all doing, man?
That's what we're gonna say from now on.
Ballin'.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all having a good one, man? How y'all been, man? How y'all been?
Oh man, I'm sorry, but that Tiger handheld just brought back some funny ass memories.
Yo, I couldn't help but to laugh when I saw that. That's the first thing I saw when I came out. Like, hey, but you know what though? You know what? Another offensive coordinator been doing that too. What's his name? He's in Texas right now. Oh man, he was our offensive coordinator.
Oh, you talking about
Sarkisian?
Yeah, Sarkisian. Yeah, he was pulling off that playbook too. So oh man, hey, I had some fun on that little handheld. Y'all playing?
He got better towards
Hey, shit. Hey, we had fun, boy, until them batteries ran. Boy, you had to make sure it was light outside. Boy. If it was dark,
exactly.
You can only play that during the day.
But yeah, man, I was out with the family earlier, man, and Miss Maggie hit me up, and I was like, yeah, I just walked in the house, so I'm good for a little bit. So I was watching, while I was out at dinner or whatever, so I was seeing what y'all was talking about. So, hey, man, this thing with Julio, I was talking about this on my channel. It's like, if Julio has to come back, man, it may, I don't know what they're going to have to do, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, because I think because Julio's pretty a quiet person, but I don't know how it's going to play out as far as his production on the field. Is he still going to be, the same guy that want to take plays off or whatever, or is Arthur Smith actually going to put him to work? Because I think that's one of the reasons why Julio wanted to trade at the beginning, because Arthur Smith is not one of these type of coaches that's going to let him do what he's been doing for the past 7-8 years. So it's going to be really interesting if that does happen. But I mean, I'm at the point now. I don't want to say it like this, but I'll take second or third round pick for him at this point, because I'm tired of hearing about it personally. It's either he gonna be here or not, because I like what we're doing as far as the team collectively, and we're starting to get an identity.
Y'all remember this song? Y'all remember this song by the Youngbloods? If you don't give a damn, I don't give up.
Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit.
That's the anthem from this point on, boy. When it comes,
I want to hit this comment right here. Either Ice Up Son said, Vic warned me too, Mad Turtle. I damn sure know it wasn't Mad No Sense, because that passing vision cone was shit for Vic.
hey, that vision cone was like this.
That shit was like this. You weren't playing Mad No Sense on all Mad with
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I tried playing Mad No Sense there a couple days ago on All Pro, boy. That vision cone scared the shit out of me.
Man, you couldn't see nothing like on that thing. I'm gonna see if I can see you the picture of that, boy. Man, that vision cone was horrible.
Oh my God! Don't remind me.
He couldn't see. Look at this. Oh my! Let me see if I can send this to you.
Only thing I know is, bro, that vision cone was just terrible, bro.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you on a DM so you can pull it up on Twitter.
Oh Lord, hold on, let me see.
Let's see. There you go, right there. See if you got it right there. I sent it to you. That was the vision cone that he had in 06.
Oh God!
I'm
gonna have to pull that. I'm gonna have to go through some processes to pull that one up here a little bit later. That sounds like that's gonna be fun. But Cartier Walker said Nathan said he'll trade Sean Jones for some Payless shoes. Oh, now they get no Sean there. Wait a minute. Like I said, y'all keep talking. I'm gonna go ahead and crop this up and bring it up on the show.
Yeah, put that on the screen. They need to see that. They need to say that. Once again, man, I appreciate y'all having me once again, man. You guys are awesome. I love the content that we've been putting out, and all the commentary from different perspectives from Mike Styles, Jude, Smitty. You know, like I said once again, man. It's good to have this voice here, and I saw the lady from Bill's Mafia over here. Like, hey, you know, you guys don't be shy just because you see the red and black over here. I mean, you guys can comment and tie in your affiliation to your teams over here as well, because even though we do represent Atlanta Falcons and even Atlanta sports,
we are sports fans,
right? We sports fans and
sports fans.
Right, and we like to hear perspectives from other sides as well. So that's always awesome. So, you know, appreciate that. That's great. But I do want to think, like, as far as mandatory mini camp, Mike, how you think that's going to go down? I don't expect number 11 to be there, but do you think it's going to get more intense because they're going to get further into the playbook or whatever they're going to do throughout the preseason? How do you feel that's going to go?
Well, you mean as far as like the Julio saga or just the team in general?
Oh, you can say both. Both is fine. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, quite frankly, I just think this team is just. I think this coaching staff and the mindset is going back to the Dan Reeves era. Oh, he done cropped it already.
Look at that vision cone.
Hey man, I forgot about that vision cone. Man. That shit was fire.
Boy, that vision cone sucked.
Whatever, he can't see nothing.
Bro, that's the whole side of the right side of the damn thing was.
Peyton Manning can see the sideline and everything.
Bro, that's not even the all Mad cone. That was all pro.
Yeah,
that thing was like, ugh.
Yeah, Mike Vick got straight tunnel vision. Great tunnel vision.
They got him looking through some binoculars and shit.
Right, he can't see nobody else on the field.
Hell no, boy. That, like I said, that they did that to counter the Michael Vick cheese of 04 and 05 because everybody knew that, okay, all I got to do is run back 25 yards and then run up 75 yards. They're like, oh, you think you finna throw this ball? We finna put this vision cone on your ass and see how you do.
Right,
boy,
exactly.
Boy, you all the folks that played with the Falcons before that game, they tried the Falcons that game, boy, they're like, man, fuck this. I'm not playing with them no more.
Because he was sick in 04. Man, he
was
Bo Jackson on 04, bro.
Right, exactly. They had to switch it up, man. But yo, Mike, like before you saw the tunnel vision, how you feel about that? How they gonna turn up? Or how you think things are gonna change? Is it gonna be more intensity with the OTAs? In case I want to know your thoughts as well.
Well, I'll let Mike first. Yeah, I just believe that the vision for this team is going back to the Dan Reeves era, where it's just going to be a mix of young and old veterans. As far as the coaching staff is concerned, because that's one thing that Dan Quinn received a lot of flack from his peers, is that he didn't have a lot of veteran coaches on his staff, and they kind of brought. Like he believed in, this is like the NFL in itself got to a point where it was, they wanted the young, vibrant guy. And they've tried to forget about guys like Dean Pease, Wade Phillips, Romeo Cromwell. Like a lot of these guys got left behind. And then when things got tough, it's like, oh, shit. Like you see it happen in Tennessee. Like they ran, like Mike Vrabel ran off Dean Pease. Like he ran him off, and then he tried to, mimic what he did, and it didn't work. So it's like I feel as though they're getting back to the old style of coaching. You got to have a mixture of young, vibrant coaches mixed with that hard nose, no talk, like no bull crap. Coaching staff, because that's what I see with Arthur. Like he's bringing in young guys who are, praying to be one of the best. The offensive line coach, I forget his name, but the offensive line coach, he's one of the up and coming coaches in this league. Like he's one of the premier offensive line coaches, not only in college but in pro. So I think that's what I expect the Falcons to get more, back to is having that coaching staff that it ain't gonna be no bull crap. You're not gonna step in and think your ass not gonna practice. Like if you can't practice, you're not gonna play. And I think that's what Julio is concerned about. Like he knows he not have that favoritism now. So it was an act of desperation to see what the market was for him. So at this point, I feel like Julio has no choice but to sit down and act right. It's like that kid in that ain't got he go to school, act a damn fool, and then when their mama show up in the class with that damn belt, it's like, oh shit, my mama here. Like that type of shit. Like Julio, that's what Julio is right now. Like he know he can get away when he get away with acting a fool when he go to school, but when his mama show up at school, he's like, oh shit, my mama here. That type of stuff. So that's why I feel like Julio going right now.
See, and I was like, I kind of got that feeling too because he asked for a trade around the same time those guys came in, and I had a feeling that's what was the case.
Mm-hmm. I want to get because Sean Joe talking about I'll trade everybody in the chat for a Mad Mike Hold the Top T-shirt. Hold on, I gotta defend the chat here, man. I said I'll trade Sean Jones for a Laterrence Dunbar jersey from the Goodwill. I had to throw one in there.
What the hell are you talking about?
Like I said, you know Sean Jones be coming in with that crazy ass shit. You do it every show.
That man said a hold the top. What the hell's on your mind talking about hold the top?
A hold the top. I guess he said a hold the top that has Mad Mike on it.
Oh, I was like, I'm trying to figure out like, what do you do?
You know that dude crazy here. Oh Lord. Oh my goodness. But go ahead, Mike. I just want to throw that one in there right quick.
Yeah, that's my take, man. That's my take on that.
What about you, K-Style? How you feel like? How you think they're gonna do this whole thing when it comes to mandatory? You think they're gonna turn it up a little bit, get more involved because they kind of got a feel of where everybody is at now. Even the rookies that came in and the earlier voluntaries. So how you think that's gonna play?
Oh shit, boy. That's what these OTAs. That's what they've been doing the whole time. They've been trying to find the guys that are hungry. And then, like you said, even with the guys like Grady Jarrett, Matt Ryan, Calvin really kind of sat out a couple of them. But like I said, you got your main leaders out there that's willing to show these young boys. So he's looking for that camaraderie right now. That's what those OTAs was about. Those voluntary OTAs about. It's about building the chemistry. And now going into the mandatory side of the game, like I said, now everybody kind of like you say, everybody got a feel for each other. Everybody knows what everybody's tendencies are. He might break the certain way this way. He might, use his hands in a certain way. But he wants the guys that want to be there. Like I said, Julio, like I said, he might still open the door for Julio, which I really feel like is not a good idea. Mm-hmm. But in reality, and I've said it before, Julio might have just lost his captain badge just over this alone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
This is a new regime. There was no guarantee he was going to be the captain.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're looking for their alpha dogs. And it's crazy. It is crazy to sign in the way they drafted. Like I said, one of these rookies might get that captainship if they motherfucking show out.
Let me say something because I think this is appropriate at this time to say that because you brought up a point as far as teams, coaches. As far as them naming guys captains, like I think it was a precursor for things to come because when you look at the Falcons, the people that they named as captains, like Ricardo Allen, as much as everybody say that dude wasn't no damn captain, he was one of them soft ass dudes that they can manipulate and they can, they know he ain't gonna talk back. So they pick the softest guy that they can find that they say, okay, he's gonna be my do boy. When I need to convey a message, he's gonna be my do boy. So it's not like one of those guys that's like, back in the day you had guys like Jesse Tuggle who were the leaders. They spoke up on the field, outside, like they were that guy. Matt Ryan's like, that's what I see, because like Julio, I think he was one of those guys. I think that was one of those things where they, that was a no-brainer for Julio to be, but like guys like Ricardo Allen, man, like let's be real. Like, was he really a damn leader? Did anybody really listen to him on the damn field? He never said any damn thing. He never said anything on the field. He never screamed or yelled. He never got animated. Like, he didn't do anything. All you see him on the sideline is everybody quiet. Everybody damn quiet on the defense side of the ball. So I think like this regime is going to be interesting to see who are going to be those captains. Are these going to be vocal guys like Frank Darby, like who's animated? He get hyped, like Sean Weatherspoon. You know what I'm saying? They get hyped. Like, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the leader and not these little damn pussyfoot ass players that really just spokesmen for the coaches.
I can see Darby being one, probably sooner than later, but definitely later down the line, like his second, third year, definitely, because he just has that energy. And if with that on top of the discipline that he said that he had, because a lot of people don't remember, even when he did his interview with the press, he said that he learned a lot from what's the coach of Arizona, Herm Edwards. Mm-hmm. He learned a lot from him about being yourself, but knowing when it's time to be, on point and be disciplined is the time and place for all that. So he already had like that NFL style type of coaching already. So he's probably way ahead of some of these other rookies that's already there. Because don't get me wrong, you got guys like Kyle Pitts or whatever, but who is this coach in Florida? Does he has that pedigree from an NFL standpoint? Like Richie Grant, he came from UCF. I don't even remember who his coach was at UCF, but do they have that NFL background and pedigree to teach people when and time to turn it on and off? Not saying that they don't have that discipline to do it, but to have that a coach like Herm Edwards is really valuable. You look at the other guys who came from Arizona State the last few years, Keneal Harry and who was the other receiver that came from over there. You don't hear nothing about them as far as them, actually being undisciplined. So I think it's a very valuable tool to have a coach like that in college.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But you said what was Ricardo Allen worth? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put y'all a picture of what Ricardo Allen was worth. I wonder if y'all remember these shoes.
Oh no!
That's the Sprewell Dada spinner shoes.
Oh, boy, I was like, man, yo.
Somebody said them shits was terrible. Oh my goodness. What the heck is
the Sprewell? Wow.
The Sprewell Dadas, bro. Them shits weren't worth jack. I had to do it. I don't remember that.
I remember a friend of mine had them in school, and them damn things did spin on the side too. Like what the hell?
Hey, look! I remember them East Bay books we used to get every
month. Man! Man!
Them fools used to advertise them shoes so much.
I must have missed the memo on that one because I do not remember that one.
Oh man, I remember them all day.
Hold on, let me put it back. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the main function of these shoes used to be. Every time, hold on, Mike. Every time you walked in them, the spinner would spin.
Yeah, them things actually spun. They actually spun.
They spun.
Oh my god,
that's horrible, man.
That's Ricardo. That's Ricardo Allen's worth as a captain right there. Them damn spinner shoes. Hold on, let me put them back up there. Them spinner shoes.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that one.
Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody, LaBelle, say those are the Julius Randle. He damn sure was shooting in them shoes, boy, because he was spinning that ball the wrong way.
You damn near spinning on defense.
Hold on. Devon Stanford said those shoes came with a tow truck.
Man, y'all stupid, man.
Oh, shit.
That head hubcap.
Oh, my God. Spinner hubcaps, bro.
Man, that's crazy.
They still sell them things at goddamn AutoZone, bro. Spinner hubcaps, bro.
Boy,
I actually saw somebody went and bought some spinner hubcaps from Walmart, too. It was just today, too. I was laughing my ass off, bro. Like, really? we still doing that.
Yeah, but
Oh, God.
but yeah, but as far as captains, I think the Julio thing is captain. I think that ship is sailed. I don't see him coming back. I mean, maybe if he decides to play out his last 3 years, and he, maybe next year, if it depends on what he do this year, maybe. But this year, I don't see no way, because you look at the coaches that we have. I don't even think they won't even present that to him. I don't see Smith even trying to present it to him with the way that things going down. I think that whole Shannon Sharp thing killed that. Ain't no way he's gonna be a rookie rookie. He can be a captain after that. So
can't be trusted, man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he I don't think he, even if he does stay, I think that's a wrap. Quadri Allison, I know y'all talked about that earlier. Let me give you my thoughts on that. I think that he was underutilized for the past couple years, and I think he will actually be. It's possible that he could be a bigger asset to the running game than Mike Davis. I would not be. I gut feeling. I'm not saying that would be, that's going to happen good, but gut feeling, I think he'll be a bigger asset because he's younger. And I think both of them don't have that much tread on it. I mean, they didn't lose too much tread on their tires, but just the fact that he's younger, probably a little bit more energetic as far as him wanting to run the ball. So I think I've been a big fan of him ever since we drafted him, and he just was underutilized. But I think that works out for us in our favor with this type of offense. So that's just my 2 cents on that. 1-2 punch, definitely. The scat back, Hawkins can come out the backfield and catch some passes. I think that'll be really good. That'll be real good.
Oh, I gotta do this. Right quick. Because goddamn Devon pulled this up earlier about the Shaq hip nose. If y'all don't know what these are the Shaq hip nose back in the day.
You stupid, man.
But
that shit hurt my eyes.
But King Quest 710 said the Chris Webber Dada shoes.
Oh man, I remember those. Whoa. Hey man, hold on. We're not gonna do Ricardo Allen like that. That's too far, man. That one that's too far. I can't do Ricardo Allen like that.
Hey, that's one of those. And welcome to the WB.
I would give those shoes. That's the equivalent to what's his name, the linebacker from LSU that went to the Eagles. What's his name? We sent them off to the Eagles.
Duke Riley.
Yeah, I get those Duke Riley. I can't do that. I can't do Ricardo. Ricardo had some good years with us, but Duke Riley, yeah, he definitely could be wearing those on the wrong foot too.
I'm sorry, them shoes look like a katana sword, bro. Them shits was ugly as fuck, bro.
That shit is horrible.
Those are terrible.
Oh Lord! Oh, now everybody bringing up damn shoes and shit. Now I gotta find some more shoes. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. These fools is crazy.
Yeah, you wildin', man, with those shoes, man.
Them shits is ugly though. I don't know if anybody remember those $65,000 Allen Iversons they had in the East Bay book.
No, I remember, but I can't remember what they look like. I do remember.
They were basically his regular Reebok shoes, but the shoelaces had diamonds on them. That's why they were $65,000.
No, I'm good. We good on that.
Whew. But I'm sorry.
Dude,
He brought up them Chris Webbers. I had to do it, bro.
dual tight end, Hurst and Pitts. Hurst seemed like like he said he's on a mission, saying that he also wants to prove he's betting on himself because it's a year that basically contract year. How do you think that's going to play out for the offense? Because I think that's going to be more dynamic than we think it's going to be.
Oh, I want to take this one first. Oh, I think it'll definitely work.
Yeah.
I think it definitely will because remember last year we didn't even really see Hayden Hurst like that. We really didn't catch Hayden Hurst until maybe the last 4 games of the season.
Yeah,
so he's going to want to prove to this Falcon team that I'm here to stay too.
And see, that's the thing is like I think they could not re-sign him because of the salary cap issue. I don't think it was because they didn't want to. So I think it's a small kick the can down the road situation for them not to exercise that option. So it's actually, beneficial salary cap wise and on the player because now he can show that he, deserves the money that's given to him. Mind you, he's a first round pick, not only like 3 years ago. So he has the talent, and with him and Pitts together, man, that could be something that we not many people have been talking about, but I think that's something that can be real dynamic for the offense.
Right. And like I say, even if he doesn't re-sign with the Falcons next season, like I say, he's playing for that next contract. And
it's a win-win for both sides.
Right.
I think it's a win-win because even if we can't, maybe he has like a breakout year. He ended up catching for, let's say, hypothetically, 1,000 or 1,100 yards. The price might be too high for him, but hey, we got one good year out of him, and then we probably can get somebody else that'll fall in that slot later on down in the next year's draft, or maybe another free agent or whatever the case may be. We're not losing by not. It's one of those situations where it's a win-win for the player and the team because now he'll probably be able to get paid somewhere else, and we got good value from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it works out both ways.
Okay. Everybody's still talking about them damn shoes.
See what you started, man?
Yeah. He always started shit and then leaving.
Somebody put in the chat about Walmart Shacks or something like that. Oh man,
yeah,
come on, man.
Hey man,
that's crazy.
Hey, I ain't gonna holler. I ain't gonna say nothing about no Walmart Shacks. Hell, I might buy me a damn pair of Walmart Shacks one of these damn days.
Hey man, sometimes it be like that, man. One more thing I want to add to the chat as well, or the show, the secondary. I know we talked about this last week, but the secondary, what's his name he had a quick little Q&A, or he had a statement. Isaiah Oliver playing nickel. I think we talked about this before. A big, I don't know as far as physical, but I know he's a big nickel corner. I mean, how do you think that'll play out? You think that'll be a good area for him because he struggled on the outside. So I think that. What do you guys think?
I think it's false. The idea that he struggled on outside is just completely false. He was left on an island repeatedly and expected to be a great corner.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair because you're right. That is fair.
That's the misconception. Because why am I saying that? Because today, if you didn't see what Dean P said, they said they want him to play in the inside and also the outside.
Right.
That's what, and this is why I continue to say we need to see what these players look like with great, at least a good defensive mind that knows how to get the best out of players like a Dean P. So if Isaiah Oliver continues to struggle, then we know Isaiah Oliver just isn't that good. So it's like the idea that even a Kendall Sheffield, he was consistently left on the island.
Yeah, that is true.
They never gave him help. They said go out and guard their best. Like oftentimes they will put their starter in a slot and just say Kendall Sheffield go. Because like that's what happened with the Bucks last year and the previous year. They just went at Kenneth Sheffield. They didn't try Isaiah Oliver. They didn't try AJ. They didn't try any of those guys. They went directly at Kenneth Sheffield, and the defense did not adjust. So you're not going to get that from a guy like Dean Pease. Well, he's
no, absolutely. I do agree with that.
So it's like I don't believe that like we're going to see what we're going to get the best. We're going to see what these players are really about because we finally got a defense coordinator who knows how to get these guys the proper help. So it's like I don't believe right now we've seen the best Isaiah Oliver, Sheffield, or AJ Terrell because we haven't had a competent defensive coordinator. Like all he knew to do was just leave Ricardo Allen as the center fielder, and Ricardo Allen didn't have the athleticism to get to a lot of things. So it's like if the defense and the offense already know that Isaiah Oliver, he's going to play this side of the ball, and they're going to shade more towards the right side of the offense, and leave Isaiah Oliver alone to deal with the entire left side of it. It's like, what are you going to do as an offensive coordinator? You're going to continue to go to the left side. So that's just bad coaching.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Remember, he had AOL dial-up as a free safety helping him. You knew he was in a bad position already. If you don't know who AOL dial-up is, I'm talking about Ricardo Allen. And you had Kamikaze KZ, who took bad angles.
Who was just as slow.
Who took bad angles. I wouldn't say he was slow. He was a bad angle safety. He wasn't ready to be a free safety.
No, I agree with that.
He got lucky with leading the league in interceptions. But the problem was.
But the thing about that is that when he led league in interceptions, didn't they just plugged him in anywhere? He wasn't in one specific area.
No, he was just free safety.
Yeah, because there was sometimes I know he was in the slot at sometimes too. That's why I was asking. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he was never really played the slot like that. He played the slot more in his early in his career. But
okay.
He was the free safety.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, but his issue was more so, like I said, nobody knew what to expect out of him, so he was just plucking ball. He was plucking tip passes out of the air and stuff.
Right.
Once people started realizing what his limitations was, that's when he got exposed.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that the secondary, like somebody said, the secondary is young, but I don't think it's not a bad thing either. I really think that there's a lot of information that they can get from Dean Pease, especially like you said, they're going to be moving guys around. And that's just not with the secondary. That's just with, the defense in general. I did a video on just the defensive line, just with multiple defense. And I was like really amazed at how many people in different areas and were putting pressure on the offensive line. Hopefully we'll be able to see that because it was one time you had Dante Fowler standing up. You had Davison in the middle. Then once again, you had Dante Fowler on the edge. Like one of the only people who really actually was anchored was Grady Jarrett, which makes sense. But everybody else is just moving around. And like you said, if the secondary is doing the same thing, it's going to be a nightmare for a lot of offenses because, like I said, we talked about this last week, like with the offense nowadays in most teams, they try to switch things up. Like you said earlier, K-Styles, like they try to put the number one in the slot or they probably try to wide out with the tight end. In some cases, they even try to put the running back out there in the slot. But we have a lot of people that are moving around and also blitzing. Like you said, all 11 guys are going to be able to blitz. It's just going to be a chess match that some offenses may not even know what to do with our defense. So I think that's very important as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to see Dean Pease out there blitzing too. Tall shots and all. Everybody's coming.
Like I said, you got a lot of guys that are just a bunch of athletic guys that have a lot of good instincts, and it falls right into place with the this type of multiple defense.
Fellas, what's good?
What's going on, man?
Hey, we got Mr. BCJ in the building. That's an extra block on the screen. So y'all show y'all some love to your boy right here.
Appreciate the opportunity, y'all, man. I really appreciate what y'all been doing. Been wanting to do this for a minute, so nothing but love on this side.
That's what's up. Appreciate
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man.
Most
So
definitely.
what you got? What's your take on how everything's been going so far, as far as training camp and the Julio situation?
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. When it comes to the Julio situation, I think he needs to go. You know, I don't think this can be amended. I think, you know, with the whole situation with Shannon and him going on live TV, that just to me messed up our organization, our fan base. Like you just can't forgive nothing like that to me. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, if he do, you know, if he do show up at minicamp, the vibe gonna be definitely weird. I will say that. Uh, I don't think that he can just go in there and just say, you know, hey, I'm sorry and move on. I don't think that bridge is broken, man.
You just ain't trying to hear that shit. Let's be real. You ain't trying to hear that shit.
Man, Mike, bro, I don't know, dog.
You ain't trying to hear that shit.
I'm tired of hearing it. I'll be honest. Like I said earlier, I'm tired of hearing it too, man. If he comes in, it's going to be weird. But I'm to the point. Like, look, 3rd round pick. You know, I'm struggling. I'm shrugging my shoulders. Like, okay, you know, I'm just tired of hearing about it because what we're doing over here, I like what the team is doing, and let's move forward with it.
Absolutely, I feel the same with you on that one. Absolutely. But, you know, I think with the talent that we have, I really do think Calvin, this is his time to show that if you want to be a number one, this is your chance. You know, at first, I didn't think he is a true number one, but we're going to see this year. I think Kyle will be our number one. But if he can stay healthy, I mean, we know he can put up 1,300 easily. You know, that's without no problem. But he has to stay healthy, to me, for him to be that true number one. And then we got Gage, you know, coming off right behind him. These other weapons that we got. So I'm really excited, man, about the offensive side. I think Mike Davis is a very underrated signing. He destroyed us last year in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all remember them games, man. He ran over us, dog. So
no, number one in the league in broken tackles last year. Nobody talked about that.
Absolutely. So I'm just really excited, man. What's to come? I really am.
Don't sleep on Tajay Sharp either. 6'4", 216.
Yeah.
Possession guy.
Yeah. I think he came from Minnesota, right?
Yeah, he was initially under Arthur Smith at the Titans, then he went to Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay.
So cool. He's familiar with what the Atlanta's doing.
The scheme that we're trying to do.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
So defensively, like, what are you expecting? Like, one of the players are a specific this aspect of the defense you're most looking forward to?
I really want to see Grady get some help, man. I'm tired of seeing Grady just, you know, working hard and he ain't getting no help. I really think the defensive line is going to be an improvement for us with DPs coming in. I feel like Marlon Davidson is going to step up this year. I know he was injured last year, but I feel like this year he will definitely come around and play a lot better. I can't think of the player, number 91. He got a crazy last name. I think I know who I'm talking about. Yeah. I really like him. He showed some flashes last year. But I think with the coaching that we got in place, man, I think guys like that, John Kaminsky, guys like that, man, I think it's going to really have a place on this team that's going to show up this year. So I'm really excited about that. And our secondary, I think Richie Grant is a baller, bro. I think he's a true dog, and I think he's going to really help our secondary this year. Especially if we make it to the playoffs this year, I think, you know, he'll help us out big time. So,
I think there's a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm glad he just said that. I'm glad he said that. Like, what do you guys? Everybody, this question for everybody, even in the chat. Like, what do you guys think that it's gonna, what it's gonna take for the Falcons to get to the playoffs?
First of all, we need to split, at least split with the Bucks.
Yeah.
And basically win at least 10 games. But if we win at least 10 games at the minimum, split with the Bucks, I think we'll be fine. Mm-hmm. We can't go 0-2 against the Bucks and think about making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What's the rest? Is the schedule? Let me look at the schedule. I got to look at it to make sure.
Oh, you know where I'm finna go with this. What's gonna take for us to get to the playoffs, Mike? It's 4 special words that I use all the time.
Here we go.
Run
the damn ball.
I ran right
Absolutely.
And Antonio Holloway said the second part. Red zone improvement.
Yeah.
That's gonna take us to the playoffs.
Yeah. You're right. Because we've been doing horrible. I mean, when Younghoe Koo, don't get me wrong, he's a Georgia Southern, Eagle. I love him. Right, I was saying I love him. I love him. He went to my college. I love him, but it's like I don't think in any type of offense you never want the kicker to be leading your team in points. I mean, you want them to be leading in extra points,
exactly,
but not in points. You know what I'm saying? You want them to get the most extra points because if you're getting extra points, that means we're getting touchdowns.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean? So
exactly.
Well,
absolutely.
I honestly don't care if he's like I don't care if he's leading in points. Like that's one of the things I do. My thing is you have to have more touchdowns. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with him leading in. I think that's the misconception because we had plenty of opportunities to score touchdowns, even on like if he's leading in points. That means not only are we getting we're getting the ball back. We're getting the ball back. It means the defense is getting stopped. So if the defense is getting stopped and he leading us in points, we know we're still scoring points. Like I think that's the issue. We weren't getting a lot of opportunities on the offense side of the ball because the defense would give up 30, 40 points.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't care if he's leading in. Like he's the kicker. He's supposed to do that. It's like when you look at it, it's like Matt Ryan ain't going to 50 touchdowns in the season. Like no quarterback is going to throw 50 touchdowns and lead the team in points. Like that's not going to happen. My thing is the core is are they getting those 3 and out on the defense side of the ball to give them more opportunities. So even if he gets 5 field goals in the game, I can live with that if we get 2 touchdowns. That's over 28 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm cool with 5 field goals, but we need to at least get 2 to 3 touchdowns every single game.
You do that and you get a couple. You do that and get a couple of key 3 and outs on defense. You're probably winning maybe 70-80% of the time.
And I think that was the bad. That's one of the things that I feel like, what was wrong with the Falcons offense. They weren't getting those 3 and outs, so he can get 3, 4, 5. Like because if we would have kicked 1 more field goal, like with the Dallas game, if we just had 1 or 2 more field goals with the Tampa Bay game, like we would have won a lot of
City,
games.
the Kansas City game.
Yeah,
he missed that. So it's like I'm not worried about him, kicking field goals. I want the defense to get stops. They don't get enough stops.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, because like you said, it's like you get a 3 and out coming out of halftime, or you get that good 3 and out, or that big stop in the fourth quarter. Like those 2 things right there, those are key to like winning games. I mean, and I'm not just talking about just in just those 2 things are really essential to winning games. You get a 3 and out, like a team trying to get some momentum out of halftime. You get a quick 3 and out that can kill that entire half for that team. That entire half could be killed for that team. And then in the fourth quarter, you think they're going to drive and you think they're going to get any type of points. You can kill that entire fourth quarter by getting a 3 and out, or at least getting a turnover.
Right.
So I mean, you do that, like you said, the 4 or 5 field goals, we get 2 touchdowns. I mean, like I said, 90% of the time, you're probably winning the game. You know, so
Absolutely.
And I got another forward way to win games too. And it's NMFC. Y'all know what that means? No more fair catches.
We got a great returner this year. I know that.
Yeah, we got a good one.
You know, Cordell, you know, he definitely shouldn't be doing that this year.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that I mean, special teams is another thing, man. Very, very, very important. And I think that's one thing that all 32 teams don't really talk about anymore. You see it a lot in college, but in special teams are very important in football in general. I mean, when we had a good return, to look what happened. Allen Rossum, you had what's his name, Hester. You know, those were like totally. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You had totally different things happen for our team that basically was game changers at that time. I mean, I remember when Allen Rossum was good for at least three kickoff returns in a season.
Yep.
He was good for at least 3 of them, man, for like a 4-year stretch, you know? So it was big for us. You know, we get that. That's a really that's a really huge. So absolutely. I'm with you on that.
I know y'all talked about a little bit about Matt Ryan earlier. Man, I'm with y'all. I think Matt Ryan, man, I think he's gonna have a great year this year.
But
go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Because this is the thing. Go ahead. I'm gonna follow up with that in a second.
I think he's hearing all this noise, man. I mean, everybody thought we was gonna get a quarterback this year, you know, and everybody's saying, you know, Matt's done. You know, he don't run. He's not exciting to watch. Man, you know, people got to get over, man. This ain't the Michael Vick. You know, when he was here, people are so used to that in Atlanta, you know, but we're in a new age now where, you know, you have to throw the ball. And Matt Ryan does exceptionally well at what he does. And I feel like when we have an offensive line that can protect him, you know, he's up there with anybody. But, of course, the fans just don't see that.
Somebody tell me honestly, when did Matt Ryan have a bad season? Because I'm looking at his numbers right now.
Yeah,
he's never had a bad season.
That's really what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's never had a bad season. Like the worst season
led
that
us
he
to
had
the playoffs his
15.
first year.
And that's just 15. Like if you want to say that was a bad thing, a bad season, like that wasn't a typical Matt Ryan year with under Shanahan, but like that wasn't a terrible season. It was just bad for his standards.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, his first year, 16-11. That's a rookie, but it's still went 11-5. Yep. You want to, like you said, you want to talk about 2015 when he went 21-16. If that's a bad year, go look at these other quarterbacks that actually had bad years when they were upside down in interceptions and touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like people talk, and I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but people talk so much about Matt Ryan, but when you look at his numbers, it's like, how could you say the majority or most of the stuff that happens to the Falcons is his fault? Because I'm just looking at this. It's like it's mind-boggling to tell me that these numbers that he put up is on him. Because I don't see it. I don't. Maybe, okay, you want to put a game on him and say, okay, I think it was a Dolphins game when he ended up throwing an interception or whatever, and it cost us the game. Okay, if you want to put that, okay, that's fine. That's a game. But I'm talking about a course over a season to the point where you think that we need another quarterback right now. I don't see it. I just don't. Yeah, it'd have been nice to get a rookie quarterback this year, but it's like I just don't see it. Why cause a problem when you really
nice.
He would have been sitting in there.
It wouldn't have been nice to get a quarterback. You want some Justin Fields?
Yeah.
I don't want the fourth best quarterback. I don't want the fifth. I want number one. If I can't get number one, what the hell I look like looking for the fourth best? Let's be real.
Yeah. We would have been paying all that money for him to just sit.
We're talking about a Hall of Fame quarterback. You're trying to get the fourth best quarterback for a Hall of Famer. You are. Bill Belichick ain't trying to hear that shit.
See.
Yeah, the only reason why he's doing that right now, Cam is going to be the bridge so he can bring in and try to teach this guy. It's like he couldn't even get, trade up to get Trevor. So it's like if he's reluctant on bringing in a younger guy. What the hell do we look like drafting Justin Fields and even Zach Wilson? That doesn't make sense. These coaches
all the time. All the times that Matt Ryan been in the playoffs, because I think somebody said that he lost the first 5 seasons. He lost the playoffs. His first 3 he lost. He went 0-1, but that only time they had an actually bad time was 2011. And I mean, he was with 21-41 for 199. All the other ones were pretty efficient.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 2010. 20-29, 186. And this is one of the rare times he was upside down in interception. He had 2 picks and 1 touchdown in that game. That's one of the rare times he was upside down in interceptions to touchdowns. That's one time out of what? How many years he been playing? 13?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I mean, what other quarterback doing that?
Right.
Just be real.
But you have to remember the mindset of some of these people. If he doesn't run for 1,000 yards, he doesn't matter unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if people have a valid argument.
We're just talking about the Atlanta fan base. We're not just talking about straight football, but we're talking about the Atlanta fan base. If you're not running for 1,000 yards, you don't matter as a quarterback. Let's keep it real.
Sad.
It is. I mean, if you just don't like him, just say it. But I mean, you can't argue the numbers. It's not like anything that he did was definitely on him. Like, oh, Matt Ryan went out there and stunk up the joint. That's why we lost the game. I don't see it in these numbers, and I watch pretty much every game that he's played. I don't see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't. Even in the 2012, the NFC Championship, what was that? Like at the 13-yard line, and it was interception in the zone.
Yep.
I think Roddy White was bumped in that play. No, I said Roddy White was bumped in that play, but that's not Ryan's fault though. Okay, not the refs not calling it, not the defensive player not being disciplined and want to call pass interference on Roddy White. That's not Ryan's fault, But that's how people look at it,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't get it. 2016, when we should have won the Super Bowl, no one to go there, But I mean, he threw for 1,000 yards in the playoffs, 9 touchdowns, no picks. But the fact that we lost the Super Bowl, that's Matt Ryan's fault.
Right. That's what they say. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, dude threw for over 70% of his passes, over 1,000 yards in the playoffs, 9 touchdowns in the playoffs, but it's his fault that we lost the Super Bowl. Right. Please, somebody please explain that to me.
Bro, they blame erectile dysfunction on Matt Ryan. That's how bad it is.
Right. Somebody say Matt Ryan gets a pass. No, I'm not saying he gets a pass. It's just when you look at the numbers, please explain to me where these numbers.
That goofy shit up. Y'all look, all these dumbass haters say that stupid shit. How the hell he gonna? He's the only reason why we even respectable. Him and Julio the only reason why we're respecting it. You say that dumbass shit talking about he did get a pass. Hell yeah, he get a pass. He's going for 4,000 yards every damn year. What other quarterback do you doing that? Stop the goofy shit. Stop trying to say dumb shit because you don't like him. He gets a pass.
But that's the thing. They don't want to say they don't like him because now it just comes off as a hateful way of saying it. So they're deflecting.
But I respect it if you just say you hate the guy.
Right.
They don't want to say that because now it puts a play on their character by saying that they hate him.
Right. Yeah. True. But I mean, I would respect if you just don't like. I mean, I'm not a Lakers fan, and rest in peace. But I did not like Kobe Bryant at all. But I respected his game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. If you don't like him, but like, okay, I don't like Matt Ryan, but I'm looking at these numbers and I get it.
I'm glad your goofy ass is in here because your ass is about to get roasted. I'm glad your goofy ass is in here. This damn clown. That name shouldn't be showed up today. That is not a good time.
I'm trying to tell you. Don't go in on my homie like that now, bro. Don't do it.
Oh, you about to get this work today. You about to get this work.
Yeah, it's not a good day to put up LeBron name right now. It's not a good day to do that.
This man lollygagging, and we're gonna go to the next phase of this show. All right, we're gonna get to the playoffs now. Let's get to the playoffs. But like this dude literally lollygagging, walking, he missed a layup. Instead of running down the court, he literally walks. People are playing defense. He's looking at, all right, listen to this. He's looking at your boy Booker, get the rebound, go to the hole, and lays it up. Not only that, you're supposed to be the king. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. You're supposed to be the GOAT. You're supposed to be the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time don't give a damn about the schedule. They don't give a damn how many minutes they play. The GOATs are look, they don't want to come out the game. You try to pull Reggie Miller out of a game. You try to pull Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq out of a game. Bro, you're going to get a black eye. Okay? You're not pulling them out of no game. They're not complaining about how many games they play. These guys are playing in they're playing in summer league. Most of these guys have their own personal trainer, and they shooting outside of the NBA season. So this is a year-round thing, year after year after year. These guys do this. The greats don't give a damn about an off day. But why? Because they are legends. Legends try to prove that they are great. They don't point at the damn commissioner and say, "Commissioner, you got too many. Oh, we ain't got enough off days." Like, what are we talking about?
let me add something to that real quick. Somebody, people saying Michael Jordan didn't win at the age of 36. Let me tell you something. What greatness does, and now I'm gonna put this. I'm not trying to compare the two, but let's just keep it real. Wizards Jordan was pushing players because that's just the greatness that oozed off of him. I know there's a whole thing about Kwame Brown now, but you see how he dealt with Kwame Brown because he wanted greatness. The fact that he didn't really want him around, he wanted better players around him because he wanted the best around him and wanted to get the best out of people. Kobe Bryant damn near tore his Achilles. Was his Achilles or whatever the case may be?
His Achilles. And he still didn't want to come off the court.
Still didn't want to come off the field. Still didn't want to come off the court, and he still wanted to get the best out of the players that was around him.
This man, I'm sorry. This dude up here talking about a high ankle sprain. He don't want to play because he got a high ankle sprain. Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles, and the motherfucker didn't even want to get help to go out to the locker room. And you want to tell me about a schedule? You want to tell me that this dude is the GOAT? Come on, bro. Let's be real. I apologize. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
No. You good. I'm just saying it's not the fact that the winning is the end all be all. When you are considered one of the greats or being a great, it's just going to come out of you. Just the art of competition. When you look at a Tom Brady, this man wanted to do everything he can to help his team win at his age. You look at, like I said, Kobe Bryant.
He still don't want to quit.
Still want to play. You look at a guy like I said with Jordan, even when he was like people talk about everything you want to say how he was with the Wizards, but he demanded greatness of the players around him. Kobe Bryant, same way. Kobe didn't want to lead the Lakers. He wanted to play with those young guys and still tried to win. End up injuring himself in the process. So when you look at stuff like that, it's not about just the wins and losses, it's the attitude that you bring when you come when you come on the court or when you on the field. It's those type of things. It's just and it's not to me personally. I don't think it's necessarily a knock on LeBron's talent, but his attitude towards when he knows that the cards aren't dealt his way. You really see you really see the attitude. Well, you see the attitude because, like, regardless if AD went down with this groin injury, you will still see what he can do. LeBron would do. I would expect LeBron still try to go for 50. You notice that LeBron went for 50 against the Warriors that one time because of who he had on his team. Now you see he didn't have everybody that he had. Now you see like, okay, I don't have all the help, so I can't so I'm just going to mail it in. Great guys that are great don't do that, regardless. Just because of the art of competition, they don't do that.
What you got? What you got, man? What everybody got on there before we get to the Hawks aspect of things?
Yeah, I'm ready for that, man. Can't wait for that. But now, I agree with y'all take on that, because even the other day, what was it, game 5, when they was getting blown out, he just walked off the court.
He walked off the court.
And Frank
He did it last night.
Frank Vogel, quote unquote, said, "Oh, well, he just went back there to get some treatment on his ankle."
Oh, yo, get out here.
Yeah, he's pouting. He's pouting. He did that junk in Miami. I mean, come on. But I respect the guy. He's great. At the end of the day, he's definitely gonna be a Hall of Famer, one of the greats of all time. But some of his ways that he do when you compare it to other winners, like y'all mentioning Kobe and MJ, that's where it separates to me.
I have nothing against his talent, not at all. But it's just the way you carry it. Like even when that time they lost that game when he went 51 in game 1 against with the Warriors.
The Warriors.
And what did he do at the press conference? All of a sudden he has this thing on his hand saying that he was hurt.
And his shades
like,
on.
It's like, come on, man.
Hey, birthday girl here. Hey, she gonna make.
She got to be plastered by now. She done went 20 times already.
Right about now.
Happy birthday, Ms. Maggie.
To me, it's just not hating. It's
just like a mulatto, fucked up like a motherfucker.
Shut up.
I don't think it's necessarily hating. It's just that when you look at everything that transpired when a loss or when something just don't go right his way, you see the semantics. You just look at it like, all right, what's going on?
What is hating? Like let's be real. And I apologize. Like what like why is it every time people disagree? We're talking about this has always been the case. All right, and this is why I've always stated. It's like you can never say he's a top 5 player for these reasons. No top 5 player. You should never say you're a top 5 player when you've lost more than 5 championships. That's not GOAT behavior. That's
he lost more than he's upside down and wins and losses in the finals.
How you gonna be the greatest of all time and you losing? The greatest of all time are synonymous with what? Winning and being the best, scoring the most points, having the most rebounds. That's why Dennis Rodman is considered one of the greatest rebounders of all time, among the greatest defensive players of all time, because that's what he does. He's a defensive guru. He's a defensive rebound. You see Steph Curry, he's regarded as the greatest three-point shooter of all time. Why? Because he has the best, he has the most three-point shots. So when you look at LeBron James, how you gonna say he's a GOAT and he got more losses than he got wins?
Wait a minute, he got swept in the finals, and he almost got swept that one time against the Spurs. They went 4-1 against the Spurs the time before he left to go back to Cleveland. They went 4-1, and that one game was they almost lost that one. So it was a situation he could have got swept twice. Like I said, I don't have nothing against his talent, but it's just that when you look at everything that's going on with him, every time he loses, is always somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's always everybody. He ain't got help or he was injured. That is one of the two. It's always one of the two. But let's get to this Hawks. Let's get to this Hawks talk, man. I think this is something that, when you look at, the playoffs, one thing I do like about this, and this is what I'm talking about, GOAT behavior. Boy. You talking about some GOAT behavior right here. This young man, not only K-Styles, you set it up. You set this up. Set it up, bro. Go ahead, set this up.
There you go.
Set it up. No, you set this segment up. You set this
up.
Oh,
yeah, set it up. So basically now Trae Young is now the villain of the NBA now because of what he did at Madison Square Garden. Why is he the villain? Because of the comparison to Steph Curry. Yeah. But the thing about it is Steph Curry and Trae Young have 2 different skill sets that people do not really talk about. Steph Curry is better off the ball. Trae Young is better on the ball. And if you really hear what Madison Square, because you have to remember, when the series started, Well, the first thing you heard when the series started was fuck Trey Young. You're bald. You scared of birds and all that. And the thing about it is, the one thing I loved about it was he embraced the villain role. That's the difference between him and Steph Curry is Trey Young is the bad guy and he loves it.
Jesus
Steph
Christ.
Curry's the good guy.
Yeah.
Dude, spit on
Glory hands need to turn to praying hands for that comment.
What
Oh Lord.
what comment?
Glory hands need to turn to praying hands for that comment.
Goat behavior, the worst pick in ATL history.
What?
No. So wait. The worst pick.
You ain't heard of John Concac. You ain't heard of John Concac. So like if you don't know John Concac, bro, you don't know what you're talking about.
Do you remember Sheldon Williams?
Sheldon Williams.
I wouldn't consider this the worst. See, the thing about Luka would not have worked in Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you this why. Because for one thing, Atlanta needed somebody that had a flair to him.
You ready to take you to bed?
Luka
ready to go to bed.
was perfect for Dallas. That's what he was perfect for. Because Dallas has the especially the Mavericks, that organization has more of the international flair, the European flair.
Yeah.
That's where Luka fit at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna take my son to bed, and I appreciate y'all one more time, man, because he came up here. He ready to go to bed.
Oh no, he good.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Come on,
All right, man.
All right, dog.
All right, y'all be easy, man. Hey, thank y'all once again, man. Check out the channel, y'all get a chance. All right, y'all.
Well, technically, no, I'm about to say, Glory Hand, technically, we did draft Luka. So, and let you know, your comment kind of messed up there for a second. Technically, we did draft Luka.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing was, Dallas wanted him that badly. So, they wanted him that bad. Like I said, Luka fits the Dallas culture, which is the international flair culture, which is the European culture. They needed somebody to replace Dirk Nowitzki for that European side.
Right.
That's what his thing is. And that's what they thought they were getting with Kristaps Porzingis, but we find out how trash he is.
Trash he is, yeah.
But Trey Young, like I said, the thing about Trey Young is he's not the worst draft pick. I ain't gonna say he's the greatest draft pick, but right now he is damn good draft pick right now because he has the flair of Atlanta. That, like I said, he got the flair. He has the swagger. Like I said, is he limited? Yes, he is limited. He's not a great defender. He's small as hell, but he don't give a fuck. That's the thing.
That's the mentality.
The mentality is you don't give a fuck. And instead of saying that Trey Young was the worst draft pick, why don't you say that both Atlanta and Dallas won?
They got exactly what they wanted.
They both got the exact players they wanted. You got the international guy in Luka who fits in the Dallas system. He's the heir apparent to Nowitzki. And then you have Trey Young, who is this he cocky as a motherfucker. I don't care what nobody. He's a cocky rich boy that don't give a fuck. And they needed that. They needed that personality down here because Atlanta was not that. Not only was they not winning, they was not selling shit
at all. At all.
So
he
you
put us
got
on the
a guy.
national scale.
Good.
Yeah, he put us on the national scale, man. I think we needed this change of scenery to where even before Trey got here, like you said, man, we wasn't winning no games. I mean, the team we had with Jeff Teague and I think that's what 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But Trey, man, I mean, I take Trey over Luka. That's just my personal opinion. I think Trey is a better playmaker. I mean, he can just handle the pressure to me. A game on the line, he proven that. Game 1 versus the Knicks. I mean, he shut all them folks up. You know what I'm saying? So
and plus, a lot of people don't realize when Luka went to Dallas, Dallas already had a team that was on the cusp of the playoffs.
Mhm.
That's what most people don't want to admit. They literally like a couple games away from the playoffs. The reason they picked that high because they had draft picks from trades that were conditional that got up that far. Like they were this far. Atlanta had nothing.
exactly.
We had Dennis Schroeder for 3 years as a starter. That did nothing.
They ain't did jack squat. You saw what he did in the playoff. Stunk it up.
Like I said, passing on Luka was not a bad move because at the end of the day, they both got what they wanted. The only thing that Luka had on Trey is Luka played professionally when he was 16. That's the only thing he really had on Trey. He was he had more professional experience, and he's a bigger body. See, when like I said, you think about it, you have a bigger body versus a guy that's undersized, but he don't give a fuck. You got a bigger body guy that's quiet and an undersized guy. He basically has the mentality of
like
he's
a GP.
basically
It's just like GP. GP got that dog mentality. GP got that dog mentality. Like you're not gonna bully Trey. Like he's not afraid of anybody.
Right.
You're not gonna bully Trey. And that's what I love most about him. It's like when you look at this team is starting to take on his attitude. And that's what I like most about this Hawks team. And Nate kind of, helped mentor that and kind of, like kind of prime it for the most part, kind of put these guys together. But when you look at it, man, it's like even, one thing I do like about this team the most, if I were to say anything, is that this team is dangerous for one reason and one reason most. It's because Trey doesn't necessarily have that selfish tendency. He's a guy that likes to share the ball. That makes this team dangerous because you can put shooters around him and he's not ball dominant. He's willing to play off the ball, unlike a guy like LeBron James. And I'm not saying LeBron James sucks or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. When I'm talking about LeBron James, one of the negative and one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to play with him is because he's a ball dominant guy. He doesn't play off the ball. So if you are a guy like who was once, let's just say if you're a guy like a Russell Westbrook would never be able to play with LeBron James because both those guys are ball dominant. They don't shoot the ball well. They're not spot up shooters. You gotta have spot up shooters. That's why guys like Henny Smith, your boy Hennessy, your boy
No, J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. Like that dude, like he's not a spot up shooter. He's a rhythm shooter. So like he doesn't always perform well, but like you got guys like Kevin Love who wasn't, he's more of a spot up shooter. He can hit those mid range and 3-point shots. So he played better with LeBron. So it's like you need guys like that with LeBron. That's why Dennis Schroeder don't want to be back in LA. Even if it's not like you won a pity, I'm just gonna say that's a trash ass championship. Real Lakers fan don't give a fuck about that bullshit. No goddamn, I don't even know what kind of championship you want to call it. Like that's whatever gonna be an asterisk. Like they ain't no real. Nobody really even wanted to be there. For one, nobody wanted. None of the players didn't even want to be there.
Yeah,
they had to restart the season to force these guys to come back. They didn't even want to be there. A lot of players didn't even play it. That's another thing that you got to realize. Players that opted out during that playoffs. So it comes down to it, man. I like most about this team is, again, the guys are willing to share the ball. Trey is willing to share that spotlight. And that's what I love most about it. But let's get to this super chat. One thing I was disappointed about my Lakers was when we won last time, they were playing around taunting the Suns, and I believe that's what fired them up. Woo! Big surge. And like I said, man, That's one thing that's been a constant with LeBron, and for whatever, LeBron always get a pass when he taunts people. When he's the one that's being taunted, he want to cry to the refs, a la what he did to Draymond Green, and then in the finals against the Warriors, end up getting him kicked out. You know what I'm saying? He started that whole incident. LeBron started the whole incident, and then when he don't get what he wanted, you know, as far as this season with a break, you know what I'm saying? He crying about that. So like every time it doesn't go his way, LeBron start crying. He starts a lot of stuff, and like he wants rules to cater towards him. So it's like you can't be doing stuff like that, taunting people on their own court, and then expect them to like not get in your face. Because him and Jay Crowder go back to the Boston days.
Yeah,
he used to do the same thing in Boston. So like they got a long history of that. They got a long history of that. So what do you think about that Lakers? What do you think about that Lakers? The Lakers series.
I mean, to me, I mean, when AD went down, I knew they wasn't going nowhere. I mean, you got pretty much LeBron. I mean, the role players that they had, KCP, Kuzma. I mean, them guys, man, they just not ready for the moment. You got to have guys that's going to be ready to step up and do their role. And I think that's the big reason why they lost, because AD was hurt. Now, I think if you had 100% AD and 100% LeBron, it would be a different series. Absolutely. But injuries play a big role in it. So that's my take on that. But with the Hawks, though, I'll say this, though. I feel like we can beat Philly. And B, not even 100%. Even if he do play. You know, I know they say he got a slight torn meniscus in his knee. You know, that dude is a big dude, all that weight. I mean, come on. I don't think he's gonna be 100%. So he's gonna be gimpy on that. So I feel like we can take them. At least we can get to Brooklyn now. If we can get to Brooklyn, then we'll see where the chips may fall on that one. They loaded. They loaded over there. But yeah.
The only thing about the Philly series that I'll say is where Philly got the advantages is going to be the length. They got the length.
I was thinking that too.
They got the length. But the thing about it is, like you said, if Embiid is not going to be healthy the whole series, and they relying on Ben Simmons, like I said, Ben Simmons kind of has the Giannis Antetokounmpo syndrome.
Yeah,
which is you sag off of him and turn him into a jump shooter.
Yeah,
see what he can do.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said, if Embiid is healthy, it's going to be tough because Tobias Harris is a beast too.
Yeah.
And I tell one of my friends this about this upcoming series. Embiid, Simmons, Tobias Harris, I'm not worried about them. Those three I'm not worried about. The one guy that I'm worried about going off in this whole series is Seth Curry. Little brother. He's the one I'll have to worry about. Because with those guys being big as they are, that's going to demand a lot of attention. And if Seth Curry hits a lot of his shots like that, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to kill us.
Absolutely. I agree on that.
But that's why I think Cam, if he comes back into this series, he's going to be a major factor on the defensive end. It's like that's what I'm looking forward to, because I like Solomon Hill, but it's like if we can get that potential score to go along with defense, because Cam Reddish is a phenomenal defensive player. Like him and Hunter, those guys are crazy on the defensive end. So it's like I'm not looking for Cam to come back for his offense. I'm looking for him to come back for his defense. Because like you said, Seth, he's still a Curry, and them Currys can shoot. So if they get hot. I've seen them play when they with Dallas before Luka. Dude was balling. He was putting up some numbers. So it's like, if he gets hot, like that's the thing. What I would do, I wouldn't even put DeAndre Hunter on Simmons. I would actually put Bogey on Simmons, and I will put Hunter on Sells for those very reasons. Because if he gets hot, like we saw with the New York Knicks series, them bums, Burks and what's the other? I forget the other dude. I forget his name, but the one with the doo-doo dreads in the head. God dang it! But they was hitting in the season.
I can't think of
They was hitting a lot of the first couple of games when they was on, they was hitting a lot of threes. So it's like Self is the one that I'm concerned about in this series because like he is their shooter. They don't have a ton of like Tobias is not really a shooter like that. He's more one of those guys who like he stay under the basket. He's athletic. He rebounds. He can drive to the holes. Like, but he's not one of those consistent shooters. Bullock, that's his name. But
Reggie.
But like Self, he's the only one that I'm concerned about because if Embiid, like, I think it's a major. I think it's if I were them, to be honest, I wouldn't play him because you're talking about a guy that's the future of your franchise. That's the staple of your franchise. If he injures his knee, we're talking about a torn meniscus. Like DeAndre Hunter had the same injury, and he was out months.
Yep.
He was out months before he got his right. And you're trying to play him out with a slight torn meniscus. It's gonna be like I don't want it to be like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had a slightly torn Achilles, but they tried to bring him back, and he ended up tearing it completely. So like I know you want to win championships, but like, do you want to really put his career on the line to chase that championship? And that's what the 76ers that's what they have to focus on. Like that's what they have to decide on. Do you want to sacrifice him being potentially getting injured further in that injury? Like it could lead to other issues.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you all this, man. I'm really surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, I knew he had the potential, but Kevin Huerter, man, he's been playing lockdown defense. That boy has been playing defense, man. He's been really showing like he can really be a capable defender for us that we can throw at people. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's on Curry too. We put him on Curry.
Hey,
yeah,
possibility, man.
Yeah,
we have a lot of guys, and that's the one thing I would give Nate McMillan credit on is he knows when to use guys when necessary. Because you have to remember game 2 against the Knicks. The only reason we lost that game because we was missing shots.
Yeah.
It wasn't because the starter wasn't in. It wasn't because the starters wasn't playing. That man was playing a long game. He knew that Derrick Rose would eventually get tired, and he is the only source of offense. He knew that. That man knew exactly what he was doing.
Because remember, and the Philly fans are doing the same thing the Knicks fans did after game 2, and they chanting, "We want Brooklyn."
We want Brooklyn. I caught that too.
No, I'm about to say you cannot at this point in stage, even as you're a heavy favorite, you cannot overlook nobody right now.
Nah. But hey, that's Atlanta teams for you though. You always being overlooked. We don't get the credit that we deserve. That just go from football to baseball. We don't get the national coverage, that we really deserve. And I just hate that. But that's why I really like, how Trae Young is playing, because now everybody talking about it now. Yeah, you can't sleep on him. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. They can chant Brooklyn all they want. We'll give them some of that mama's cooking. Yeah.
Cooking, boy.
Yes, sir. Southern hospitality. We'll get to them. So,
but it's definitely gonna be a good series because I'm expecting Like this the type of series that I feel like DeAndre Hunter is definitely gonna show out.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I definitely feel like he will definitely show out in this series.
Yeah. And he'll probably be up against Tobias too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In the start
Yeah,
lineup.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Like-
I think they might put him on Ben Simmons, to be honest with you.
DeAndre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a possibility. They could put him on him.
Because the one thing that Nate McMillan that I realized that he did was he let Trey Young guard the spot up shooter, so he don't use up all his energy on defense.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, Seth is the spot up shooter on the team, so he's gonna get mostly Trey Young.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And he's not that athletic. He's not athletic like that. So Trey don't really have to, spend a lot of energy. Like it's not like Steph. Like Steph, boy, that man run all over the damn court.
Boy, you better have a damn breathing machine trying to chase him around the court.
Right.
I'm telling you. Boy, they run so many screens in Golden State, boy. You thought you was at Home Depot. That's how much screen they run. Lord, I'm like, boy, no, ain't no way in hell. If I got to run through 7 picks in one play, I'm running to the other end. I'm like, no, I'm tired. I'm tired of getting picked. I'm tired of getting picked on. No, I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be interesting.
But that's kind of end it right here, man. Everybody kind of get their last thoughts. You want to go? Yes, come on, man. Let's
Yes, sir. Well, first, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for letting me on. I've been supporting y'all for a minute now, man, and y'all just keep doing what y'all doing. Hopefully, I can come back on the show in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I'll say I'll start with the Falcons. Hopefully this year, man, we'll be a much tougher team this year, physically and mentally. I think we can really do some big things this year with the new coaching staff, the players. I don't think this Julio situation is going to be a problem for us. Hopefully we can get rid of him and move forward. But I'm really excited to see what we'll do. Hopefully we'll make a good playoff run this year. And then with my Hawks, man, I'm just excited for them. Hopefully they can win like how we did in New York, at least win one game in Philly. And then we'll win the next 2 at home, how we did with the Knicks. So we'll see how that go, but I'm excited for them. Hopefully everybody in the world can now know about us as Atlanta teams. Like, we really got the talent to do something special. We just keep building. So that's what I'm really excited.
Right. Hey, I want to get to this $5 super chat right here by JJ the Great. He said he's not a Hawks fan, he's a Spurs fan. I just want to say I'm happy for y'all. Trey is a cold motherfucker, and the Hawks are fun to watch.
Absolutely. Right on.
That's what I like most. That's what I like. Like, man, we've been a laughing stock. Like, we haven't had that swagger since the Dirty Birds. Like, we haven't had, like the Dirty Bird Falcons, 90, 98, 99 Dirty Bird Falcons. Like, we haven't had that swagger. Like, people feared us. Like, they feared Chuck Smith and that front four. Like, those dudes were nasty up front. Travis Hall, Shane Jornett, Lester Archambault, Chuck Smith. Then you got Hammer Tugger in the middle. You got Jamal. Jamal Anderson was just Jamal Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes, OJ Santiago, like, them dudes were nasty up front. You know what I'm saying? Like, them dudes were absolutely – that dude was nasty. We haven't had that swagger since then. So it's like, I'm just happy to see a team with swagger. And that's what I love most about Trey, and something that you can't draft. You can draft 50 players, but not all those 50 players gonna have that dog mentality like Trey. And I think that's the great thing, and what makes Trey great is that K-Style just said it. He just don't give a fuck, man. Did y'all see that, man? He's smiling in their face. They saying, fuck Trey, fuck you, Trey, fuck you. And he just sitting there with the biggest grin on his face.
He like
that. Like, fuck. That
like that's the best shot.
Bro.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see the clip when the guy he was about to shoot the free throw and the guy was trying to talking about, you want some of me, bro? And he just went down.
I saw that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. That motherfucker literally just went talking about, you want some of me, bro? It was some Jersey Shore. It was some Jersey Shore looking motherfucker. It was ridiculous. And he just winked at him like,
yeah,
what up, man? But
crazy.
It's New York's fault because if y'all watch the video that came out afterwards, I guess he's supposed to be the New York Knicks Spider-Man guy. They still in this motherfucker head. They had this little incel white boy talking about. I don't even want to say what he said. It was the funniest thing ever. But
I ain't saying that.
But just go on Twitter. I don't want to say it here. I'm gonna just let y'all watch on. Just look up New York fans. Basically, it was like fuck Trae Young. It was like after the end of the series. I was like, Lord have mercy. I was like, bro, y'all really hate this guy that much. That much in his first playoff series.
First playoff game. The man ain't did nothing to y'all. And y'all over here spitting on him and jump. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah. That's New York for you.
I'll get in mine. Let me go. I'll just go with this. Look, man. Just because people are having a debate don't mean they hate each other. Okay. I don't know how you guys were raised, but this is just called sports talk, debate, barbershop talk.
Yeah.
Like that's what this is what it is. So just because people are going back and forth, do we hate each other? Like, no. So it's like I don't stop being so damn sensitive, people. Y'all worse than LeBron. Always crying about something. Just because somebody disagrees doesn't mean we hate each other. All right. Y'all seen this man on his show plenty of times, and he gonna be on the show plenty of times. Just because we going back and forth with crying ass LeBron, 4-7 LeBron, aging LeBron, balling LeBron, all right, walking off the court LeBron doesn't mean we hate each other. All right. And I would just leave it like that. All right.
I see this comment right here. He said, I feel for the Knicks fan. They had one since Ron Isley was in high school.
Wow.
Wow. Yo, seriously, when was the last time they did anything incredible? I think they got to the East. Did they? Yeah, they played the 95 against the Rockets and got their ass destroyed against the Rockets.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget about the Bulls when you missed the layup and they got blocked like 8 times.
That man said 4 and 6, sir. Like 6, you still lost 6 times. You still suck.
That's still hey. For the people in the back, that's still the homie. That's still the ear of the street. So.
You gonna say 4 and 6 like this better?
That's funny.
That man literally lost 6. He lost to 6, Mike won. And you talking about that's better. Man, come on. 6-0. 6-0, not 4 and 6. Okay.
Say, imagine going to your first playoff game in almost a decade and getting banned because you spit on someone.
Oh my God!
I don't know what. Go ahead.
I apologize. No, I'm just saying this last point. The reason why LeBron James hasn't lost in the first round is because he played in the weak ass Eastern Conference. Okay, let's just be real about it. He wasn't playing in the best. Michael Jordan at the time was in the best conference was the Eastern Conference. You had to go through Boston. You had to go through Detroit. Cleveland was a very good team at the time. He had to go through a number of good teams in the East. It was almost like the Pacers. Like he had to go through a lot of teams. All LeBron had to do was get past an old ass Boston team and an overrated as Toronto team. That was pretty much it. And I don't even know Miami at the time. Like that's 3 teams that he get. And oftentimes those teams weren't even really playing each other. So it's not even anywhere. It's not a comparison. That's why you see right now when he's playing in the West, he's playing in a more competitive conference, which is why we say he has, all those finals appearances. He got all those finals appearances because he's playing in a weak conference. So it's like, do I respect LeBron as a player? Absolutely. Do I think he's a top 10, a top 5 player? Absolutely not. Because you can't have 6 losses on your resume and be top 5. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I don't care how many stats you got. LeBron is probably one of the most fortunate players. I compare him to Matt Ryan. No, I'll say Matt Ryan and Tom Brady. Those guys just don't get injured. So it's like that's the one thing that I respect about LeBron is that he's just not. He does not get injured. LeBron don't get injured like at all. So like he's a very durable player, which makes him a top 10 player in my opinion. He's a top 10, but if you're a top 5, you can't have 6 losses and talking about you're a top 5 player. They just come on. Lose like top 5 players don't lose. So like is he a top 10? Absolutely. I respect LeBron as far as his durability is concerned. I don't think there's ever going to be another person like LeBron. Like I don't think there's ever going to be another LeBron. It's like there'll never be another Kobe. There'll never be another Mike. LeBron is one of those types of talent. But when we're talking about GOAT, just stop. Don't embarrass yourself, people. Just stop embarrassing yourself. The man got 6 losses in the finals. How can you be a GOAT when you got 6 losses in the finals? GOATs don't lose, okay?
Real talk about Black Migos talked all that shit, never came back. I'm sorry. hey, we already knew that was gonna happen because like I said, once you pull the profile up and see what they talking about, they not gonna really come back. We had a situation like that where a trash ass rapper came on here trying to talk that shit, and I pulled his motherfucking damn profile.
What?
Yeah. It was some struggle trap rapper that came in here talking shit, and I pulled that profile. And I said, I ain't never seen. It's been 7 months. I ain't seen him back since.
I ain't seen him back yet.
Exactly. That was it. You
got one last thing, Kickstyle, before we close it.
Man, I'm good, man. I'm hungry in the motherfucker. I didn't know that.
Hey, man.
Oh, man. Y'all boys.
We good, man. We good, man. Again,
I appreciate
man.
this, y'all, man. I really had a good time with y'all boys. Really did.
Hey, man, we'll definitely have you back, man. We're going to continue with the Friday Night Madness so people can, have an opportunity. If you want an opportunity to come on the show, hit myself up. As a matter of fact, hit Miss Maggie up on Instagram, Twitter, so she can kind of put you guys in the schedule and kind of figure out, we'll have you on the show on Fridays. So we're kind of trying to keep that until the season starts. We're trying to keep, the guests until, Friday Night Madness. So again, if you guys want to come on the show, Friday Night Madness is where you have the opportunity until the season comes when we do the post game, the post game show, and then we're gonna open up everything else. So I appreciate everybody for joining, man. K Styles, they ain't gotta go home,
but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Hey man, peace.
I'll be good.
Yes, sir.